Hello. It would help to unmute my mic. But hello, everybody. Aura, Ninja, anyone else who may be here. Look what we're playing. We're playing Dragon Age. Haven't played this in a bit. Also, I just realized the Renegade Hydrate is still active, but the tea that I have available next to me is the tea from Saturday's stream. I'm sure it'll taste good. Also, I suppose I could turn this on. Yay. I'm sitting a little further back than I was when I tested the webcam, but that's okay. I'm more comfortable this way. And that's important. Important. Move the mic a little bit closer here. There we go. So, do I remember what I was doing in this game? No. No. So we're going to do a little bit of a recap. Right now, we have this mission, what Pride had wrought. The Inquisition efforts have weakened Corypheus' attempt to stir unrest in Thetis. Now is the ideal time to strike. Consult the advisors to plan the next move. And what else do we have? I don't know why I did that. We have... This is DLC. We'll be doing all the DLC at the end of the game, pretty much. We have these maps. I'm probably never going to do them. They only get you like 1 or 2 items, and I don't know. This is DLC. That is a map that's broken. Can never finish that. And notes that I'm never going to find. Excuse me. They don't appear on the map. So yeah, maybe off stream one day I'll just do them. Of course, I said that over a month ago, but so completed quests. We can kind of like look through this real quick. Basically, Corypheus is the big bad. He took out the leadership at the Conclave. He took out the Divine Mother. And we got the anchor on our hand. Basically, the anchor lets us close rifts. There's more to it than that. The anchor, we don't fully understand it. We just know Corypheus wanted it, and now we have it because we interrupted his thing. That's how we survived. We were sucked into the Fade during the explosion. Divine Justinia helped us get out, and now we have the anchor. Corypheus got to Haven, our little hub area, and was like, hey, I want that back. But he couldn't take it back, so he tried to kill us. Couldn't do that either. Then we started taking away his pieces one at a time. We took away his mages, but he had the Templars. Then I think we weakened the Templars. I'm pretty sure we took out the Templar leadership, right? Did we take out Samson? I don't remember. If we have it, we're going too soon. I think we might have. It's been a little while. I took a break from streaming, and then I had my week back last week, my anniversary week, so I haven't played this in over a month. Then he had 2 plans we found out from the future. And with the help of Dorian. He was basically going to assassinate the Empress in Orlais. We fixed that. We stopped that from happening. Also, we took away his wardens. He did some messed up stuff to the wardens. The warden's job is to fight the Blight, right? But Corypheus, being a number 1 top tier darkspawn, basically tricked the wardens into thinking they were all dying. The calling, as they call it. And when they did that, the wardens basically was like, hey, we need to do as much as we can before we die. And Corypheus tricked them into siding with some bad people. With the whole demons and blood magic and sacrifice. In the end, we saved them and gave them another shot. I like the wardens. We gave them another shot at, fighting. People didn't like that too much. Oh well. So we took away his pieces. We took away the Templars, mostly. We took away the Wardens. We took away the ability to assassinate the Orlesian people and, make them go into a panic. All that kind of stuff. So we know that Morrigan, we met Morrigan at the party. The thing to do with Illuvians and the Ancient Elves. We know the orb that gave me the anchor was also an ancient elven artifact. Corypheus is going after more ancient elven stuff for power. And that's where we're going to stop him. Maybe. That's kind of where we are. I don't know why that popped. We finished that a while ago. Oh, because I went in there, is it triggering all the missions now? It is. All right. So we talked to everyone at the end of the last stream, little conversations. We need to go talk to our war council and see what we're going to do next. We're actually pretty close to the end of this game compared to where we were at the start. but we still have some DLC to do. So now I'll be honest, like I'm having fun playing this. I want to play it. I want to do the DLC especially, but I do also want to move on to other stuff. So I'm gonna be maybe streamlining this a little bit. That's my quarters. I was going the right way.
This hurts you.
Yay, old T. Meaning we're not going to be doing any more crafting, probably. I used up all my dragon stuff anyway on myself. Everyone else has like tier 2 or tier 3 stuff. I think we're good for crafting. We're pretty overpowered. Oh, that's really bad. Oh. Oh. Nice and fermented from Saturday. Oh. I might not be able to drink that right later. All right. So yeah, we're gonna basically just like we as you saw, we have no side quests. I did what I do in this game, what I do in all games like this. I do everything what I can first. Like Mass Effect, I'll do all the side missions in Mass Effect 1 on the map before I even do the next thing. Yay, magic bean. Here, let's do a prediction for that. There we go. Oh, we've actually already killed most of the dragons. I think the DLC might have 1 or 2 left. So yes, basically we have like nothing but story stuff left, and maybe like a handful of side things. So we're going to be mainlining the story quite a bit, which is good. We can get into some content. And after this, we'll be playing XCOM, the Bureau XCOM Declassified, which is a third-person shooter XCOM game. It'll probably only take 1 stream to beat. It's an okay game. It plays like Mass Effect 3, kind of. After that, a game called Epic Manager, which is like we're the head of like a guild of adventurers. That'll take anywhere from 1 to 3 streams. I don't know how long I'm going to play it. It's completely blind. I literally haven't played it once yet. For not 1 second. I'll probably do it just to balance the audio, and that's it. Then we'll be playing Halo 2. After that, we'll be moving on to the new schedule, which I haven't fully solidified yet. So I'm working on that. I think I know what it's going to be. It depends if I can get my old Elgato working or not. I have an old Elgato HD60. My new one isn't working. They're still working on that, apparently. But I got a new one just because the old one was kind of falling apart. But I think it still works. If I can get it to work properly, I might be streaming a console game soon. Also, there is a horror game poll of sorts going on in the Discord. You can list up 3 games. The first one gets 3 points, then 2 points, then 1 point. Whatever wins, wins. And that'll go into the blind slot in the next schedule, because any horror game is going to be a game I haven't played before. So, yeah, I want to get to Horizon Zero Dawn. It'll have to be on the next schedule, potentially. Because the horror game is going to take the place of the blind slot. Now, what is this? That is DLC, I think. Story time. The Inquisition is now a force to be reckoned with. Call its allies to rally their soldiers and march with Inquisitor Llewellyn's army to the Arbor Wilds, where they will face Corypheus' zealots one final time. I don't believe that. The Inquisition must stop Corypheus before the Darkspawn Magister finds a long-lost elven artifact in the wilds that allows him to enter the Fade physically and claim its power. Now, I have no spoilers on for this playthrough of the Dragon Age series, just because I've played them before, but it's fun. Plus, I don't remember a lot of it. But we do know that there are theories about what happened to the Golden City and the Fade and the Veil and all that stuff. I don't fully know it. I don't know my Dragon Age lore that well. We do know Corypheus is probably one of the first Magisters from Tevinter that went into the Golden City and corrupted it, and then they became Darkspawn. But according to him, it was already corrupted when he got there. It was empty. So who knows what really happened? Maybe in Dragon Age 4 we'll... there are theories, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing set in stone. Like, nothing guaranteed with that. So it's all kind of hearsay. But we do know the Illuvians are more like... It's kind of like a Stargate hub. Morrigan took us to an Illuvian that she found, and it brought us to a hub world of a bunch of Illuvians that the old elves used to use to get to any place they wanted to in the world. Or other worlds. Corypheus seeks that out. Let's stop him.
With an Illuvion, Corypheus could cross into the Fade in the flesh.
Indeed, the Inquisitor can attest that these artifacts still work, if one knows how to use them.
What happens when Corypheus enters the Fade?
Why, he will gain his heart's desire and take the power of a god. Or, and this is more likely, the lunatic will unleash forces that tear the world apart.
Corypheus might be, like, very, very old and know how things work in the old world, but he doesn't know everything. So he could just mess this up even worse.
I won't allow it. I can't.
Indeed, should Corypheus succeed, do not doubt you would be first to feel his holy wrath.
Yeah, there's that too.
Pardon me, but does this mean everything's lost unless we get to the Illuvian before him?
Corypheus has a head start, no matter how quickly our army moves.
We should gather our allies before we march.
Can we wait for them? We should send our spies ahead to the Arbor Wilds.
Without support from the soldiers, you'd lose half of them.
Then what should we do?
Now, this could be the end of the game. I don't know. It's that idea that in games like this, I'll play occasionally to get this, to scratch that itch of wanting to play the game, which means I'll play the first part of the game way more than the end of the game, right? I've only experienced this part of the game twice, ever. But I've started multiple playthroughs, I just didn't finish them. Thing is, if this is the end, I don't think it is, but if it is, we have plenty of DLC to do. And you can do, and just like Mass Effect, you can do the DLC after the game is over. Now, I have read that it makes sense to do the Trespasser DLC. In fact, the Trespasser DLC, I think, has to be done at the end of the game, after the end of the game. It's literally like after Corypheus is done. But the Jaws of Hakon and the Descent, I think it's called, could be done during or after. I think I've read that Jaws of Hakon makes sense during, while the Descent makes more sense after, because that way you can focus on the threat underground after Corypheus is done. But if we happen to beat the game accidentally, we can always do all the DLC at the end. It doesn't matter.
You overcome it. All three of you together. Josephine, have our allies send scouts to meet us in the wilds. Leliana, your fastest agents will join them. Together, we'll have enough spies to slow down Corypheus's army until Cullen's soldiers arrive.
Such confidence, but the Arbor Wilds are not so kind to visitors. Old elven magic lingers in those woods.
We'd be remiss to not take advantage of your knowledge, Lady Morgan. Please, lend us your expertise.
'Tis why I came here, although it is good to see its value recognized.
Any further instructions, Inquisitor?
Hello, Blue. A new Skyrim character. A high elf mage, destruction magic, jerkhole, imperialistic Thalmor supporter. You know, I've never played a magic character in Skyrim, except for a character that had like 1 or 2 magics as a secondary. My next playthrough in Skyrim is most likely going to be my battle mage. That'll be fun. And Blue, how are you doing? Look what we're playing. We're back to Dragon Age.
The Inquisition began as a handful of soldiers. Thanks to you, we're now a force that will topple a self-proclaimed god. I could ask for no finer counsel, no better guidance.
I speak for all of us when I answer. We could ask for no finer cause.
We'll hound Corypheus in the wilds before he can find the temple or this Illuvion.
It sounds like this is the ending, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I think there's something else after this. Oh, you at work? Now, I'm going to bring my team. Since this could be the end, well, first off, we're going to see a bunch of elven ruins. So I should bring Solus. I think he would be beneficial to the party. I'm going to bring a tank. Blackwell's more open-minded. I'm not saying Cassandra hates elves. I'm just saying like he's more open-minded to just like all this weird stuff, magical stuff. Because he's not a look. We know he's not a Grey Warden. We know he lied, but still, I think he's more like. But Cassandra's actually good at magic because she has some Templar training. So Cassandra, oh, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. My other character is going to be a sneaky character. So then we need a rogue. I am a rogue, so we don't need a rogue. I already forgot what I was playing as. We'll bring Solus because he's awesome here. Now, I could bring another rogue or another mage or Iron Bull. I'm going to bring... Who makes the most sense to bring? Since I'm not going to bring Sarah. Sarah hates elven stuff. Honestly, I would probably say Dorian. The Tevinter is kind of based in magic, and they understand some stuff in magic we maybe don't. Although Solus, I'm sure, understands it, but yeah. I like this. Also, I like bringing 2 mages. That was usually my go-to thing, was 2 mages. I would, I was a mage my first playthrough, and then I would bring somebody else. I feel like mages have the most differences in builds, like since they have like different elements. Since I give everyone their own element. Solus is spirit, and Dorian's fire. You can tell this is a pre-rendered cutscene because it's a little darker. Yep, all our allies we have gathered. I love the little hop they do. Ah. Also, I know it's a little loud. A little bit. I think it's one of those games where the sound settings don't affect cutscenes.
Inquisitor.
Yeah.
How goes the battle, Captain?
Maybe it's magical
The Red
fire.
Templars fall beneath our blades, your worship. Commander Cullen says they're nearly finished. Our scouts saw Corypheus traveling towards an elven ruin to the north. We can clear you a path through his armies.
Yeah, it's magical fire. It's fire that's built to take out what you want, and then it disappears.
Do only what you must. We need enough people for a celebration when we get back to Skyhold.
We will not fail you, my lady, no matter what comes. Andraste guide you, Inquisitor.
I wonder, is it Andraste your soldiers invoke during battle, or does a more immediate name come to their lips?
They show me respect, Morrigan. No one mistakes me for the Maker.
True. You are far more likely to come to their aid than a Chantry fable. But I digress. If your scouts report accurately, I believe these ruins to be the Temple of Mathal.
Which is?
A place of worship out of elven legend. If Corypheus seeks it, then the alluvion he covets lies within. Let us hope we reach this temple before the entire forest is reduced to ash.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of surprised my character doesn't know who Mythal is. I know some of the elven gods have been lost to time, but isn't Mythal one of the better known ones? I am a Dalish elf. Although Solus has mentioned, like, Solus doesn't really like the new, like, the elves of modern day, because they're kind of like a shadow of what they used to be. And I guess he doesn't like seeing it. Because, I mean, a lot of elven history has been lost. So, we have a new area, which I think is actually pretty small. I mean, you can tell from zooming out, like, I don't think it's going to be that big. Oh, look who's here.
Aware of the design. We are gladdened to see you, Herald. This day will be recalled for ages. We are privileged to witness the fulfillment of the Inquisition's purpose.
I mean, who's to say the Inquisition will go away when we're done?
There are other ills, Your Majesty, that the Inquisition may be called upon to attend.
We will note them with great interest. Men and women of faith serve you. Their favor is no less than our own. Their service no less dear. With Orlais at your side, we will see you victorious against Corypheus. May you walk in the light.
This is definitely set up to be the last thing, because we have other people we could talk to. But I don't think it is.
Inquisitor, I hear this Eluvian lies in a temple nearby. That's where the fighting will be worst. Andraste, keep you safe.
Our soldiers have courage. The Inquisition will make it through.
Then I will be as the other faithful and wait. Good luck.
Also, something I didn't know. You know, it's kind of a compliment in that I didn't hear it. The voice actress who voices Josephine also voices Dorothea and Shamir in Three Houses. I can't tell. Who else is here? Anyone else? Anyone else over here? Hiding around in the corner? Also, Morrigan's in the party. I don't know if she helps us fight or what. I mean, I'm assuming she does. Be kind of bad if she just followed us and didn't help us. Got some soldiers. Okay, here we go. If there is something after this, it might be something shorter, like more direct.
Listen to how close the fighting's gotten. It will be worse ahead.
If the soldiers aren't careful with their fires, they'll do Corypheus's work for him.
I hope you're right about this temple, Morrigan. I could use a building or two.
Do the woods discomfort you, Pavos?
It's mostly the people trying to cut our heads off that manage that.
Is it that surprising that Dorian doesn't like camping?
Empress Celine's general is just down the hill in
I mean, look, I don't like that Blackwell makes fun of him I mean, it's kind of like a in all good fun thing now, but like Dorian is kind of like a noble, so I can see why he wouldn't like you know, being out in the wilderness too much. Our first enemy. Oh yeah, I don't remember my buttons at all. So we have regular attack, we have our arrow, our bomb arrow. We have the hook. Then that. That's pretty much it. We have the dodge. Which, by the way, that dodge is awesome. Remember our old dodge where we had to like just flip around over the place? Whee! Oh, what else do we have? We have, oh yeah, the traps. I have my trap that I love to hook people into. I just did my awesome super move. Good job, me. Look, it takes a while to save up, and I want to save it for a boss fight, so we'll just go back here. Oops. Man, this class, I've heard that some people don't like the archery class because it's kind of boring. You just sit back and like hold down, you know, it's just this with occasional abilities. But with this build and the cooldowns being shorter because of crits, it's a bunch of button pressing. This is a fun build. Oh yeah, yeah. So we have poison. We have the these. Whee! It also uses all my stamina, but I throw like twice as many. Just don't hit right bumper. Boom. Coming down. Do 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 do. You can hear that theme in there. Yes. You have that thing where when you get a crit, it makes your cooldowns shorter. And since I have such a high crit chance, it happens a lot. Aw. Downside to having someone that has the grappling hook, they move them out of my abilities. Honestly, if I could recommend something for this build, don't give your tanks the hook thing. Because they will just move them out of your stuff. And the whole point is, when you hit with all your arrows with this move, you're going to crit so many times, you can probably use it almost immediately again. When you miss, you got to wait for the cooldown now. Or get some more crits. Oh, I missed.
Goodbye!
Artificer does a lot of stuff. Artificer is built around traps. But with this build, the main thing, the only one thing you really have to do is the crit procking. You don't have to use the traps.
They must be the last of those.
You can if you want.
If they are forced to obey him,
Uh-oh.
death will be a blessing.
Don't go that way. Got it. Basically, it's a long-term, it's like an end-game build. Until you get it built correctly, it's not going to matter that much. Wait, but if I don't... Maybe I go around... Oh, I go around instead of just jumping down. Got it, okay. Also, Solus is invisible. I gave him a ring that makes him invisible. He has the one ring. This definitely feels like the last area, doesn't it? With like all the people scattered around helping you, and it does feel like it. Maybe that's the point. Dorian.
For Haven and the Divine.
Oh. Oh, no, he's dead now. Okay. But yes, it's been over a month since I played this. But feels pretty natural just jumping back in.
There, ahead. An entire camp of Red Templars.
Watch out. They've posted archers on the wall.
Also, I believe it's the critting. When you crit with your bow, you knock them down. I like the oomph behind the arrow. I mentioned that in my Mass Effect playthrough that I did on Saturday. All of them. The Carnifex just has that oomph to it. When you shoot someone with it, they just go flying.
Elves! But where did they come from?
Random elves are here, huh? Well, they're not attacking me, so I'm cool with it. Oh, you got back to full health. No, I didn't kill you fast enough.
They didn't look Dalish.
It seems this temple of Mythal is not deserted after all.
Perhaps these creatures are the reason few return from the Arbor Wild.
Yeah, guardians. But what are they guarding? They gotta guard something, right? This is my first time playing as an archer, or even rogue. I've actually never played a dual weapon rogue in a Dragon Age game. I've done archer in this game now, and I did archer in 2 at one point. Maybe I'll do it whenever I do my my jerk playthroughs of the series. I'm definitely playing a two-handed Qunari character in this game. I'm not going to be so much of a jerk as just being like, I don't care. Apathetic. Like, I don't care. Every response I can do that's going to be like, I don't want to be the Inquisitor, leave me alone. But the other two characters, Hawk and my my Grey Warden, will be kind of a jerk. One of them's going to be a rogue. I don't know which one. Maybe 2? I've heard Rogue in 2 is pretty fun. I think I'm going to do Mage in the first game and be like just like a super pro mage, like blood mage person. And then in 2, I'm going to be a super aggressive rogue Hawk. And in this, I'll be a two-handed fighting Qunari. By the way, it gives me an excuse to make it a shorter playthrough. Because if I was a Qunari who didn't care, why would I do everything? That one, Mage or Templars all the way. Like in the first game, I think, well, that's a good point. In the first game, I'm going to be a Blood Mage, but I don't think I'm going to side with the Mages. Does it make sense for a Mage to side with the Templars in one? Not really, right? Well, we can be a selfish Mage. If the Mages were stronger, they wouldn't have been taken over. So we'll side with the Templars. Again, if I can like get a roleplay reason to do something, I'll do it. What's with the circle of birds? But am I fighting the elves too now? Oh, yes I am. Wait, those are, I can't even tell anymore. Are those Red Templars or elves? I can't even tell. No, they're the elves. We're fighting them too. All right. Oops. Although they appear to have red lyrium in them. Maybe they're elves that have been taken over by lyrium. Corrupted by it. Or that's just an effect of some kind? I don't know. Nope. There we go. Oh, come on, elves. I don't want to fight you.
Come here and fight.
But I'm friendly. Ow. Always sad when stuff like that happens in games. Like when you fight somebody and you become an ally later. You think back, man, look at all of them I killed. We could have been allies. I was gonna talk about something specific in a certain game, but I remembered I had the no spoilers tag on. Which I feel like it's fair to say I shouldn't spoil anything in other game series. Like, no spoilers on this playthrough means we can talk about spoilers up to this point. Which means if I start talking about Mass Effect spoilers like I tend to do, I feel like it wouldn't be fair to people that come in here thinking, oh, no spoilers, okay. So I'm trying my best not to do that now. With Mass Effect, it's hard to do.
I'll be fine. Keep going.
Boom. I love Dorian having fire magic. It meshes well with his necromancy. The whole fear thing. I'm pretty sure they stack. Ooh.
There. That must be the Temple of Mythal.
Also, when I think of necromancy,
Grace us with his presence?
I also kind of think of fire.
Count on it. Be ready.
I hear fighting ahead.
And Vivian, like you mentioned before, Vivian is ice because, well, you see her use an ice ability in a cutscene, so I gave her ice. Also, I feel like it also fits her personality. He's a little cold.
Namelana Sabanale.
Oh, there's Samson.
Still think to fight us, Master.
Oh, we've already caught up to
These are
Corypheus.
but remnants. They will not keep us from the Well of Sorrows.
Well of Sorrows.
Mega Morgan's just like, uh-uh.
Be honored. Witness death at the hands of a new god.
Yep. Oh, hey, Corypheus is dead. We know that doesn't last too long. But by doing that, he took out the defenses. Now he has to take a new body later, and he can just walk in. Convenient. Also, the frame rate in this scene is a little off with the movement. I'm not quite sure why. More so there.
It cannot be.
Oh, it can.
Across the bridge, now!
That is why Corypheus doesn't die at the end of 2. Think of them as like agents in the Matrix. Who knows how long that'll hold him. You know, I haven't seen the trailer for the new Matrix yet. I've been putting it off. I'll watch it eventually. That was my first DVD I ever had, was The Matrix.
At last, Mathal's sanctum. Let us proceed before Corypheus interferes.
You said Corypheus wanted an Eluvian, but he mentioned a Well of Sorrows. Which is right?
I am uncertain of what he referred to.
Could they be the same? Could Illuvian translate into Well of Sorrows?
Doesn't sound right.
No. It seems an Illuvian is not the prize Corypheus seeks. Yes, I was wrong. Does that please you?
A little bit.
Whatever the Well of Sorrows might be, Corypheus seeks it, and thus you must keep it from his grasp.
The name isn't very appealing.
Before Corypheus's people do.
I mean, would you want to find something called the Well of Sorrows?
Corypheus returned to life. We saw him die.
And his life force passes on to any blighted creature, darkspawn, or Grey Warden.
That's what it is.
Then Corypheus can't really die.
We'll find a way to stop him once we're done here.
'Tis strange. Archdemons possess the same ability, and still the Grey Wardens are able to slay them.
True.
Yet Corypheus, they locked away. Perhaps they knew he could do this, but not how.
From what I understand, the archdemons are an old god. The old gods were sealed in the Deep Roads, I believe. But then ever so often an old god pops out, takes over the body of maybe the warden who killed it, and becomes the new archdemon eventually. Similar to another game, I don't want to spoil something in, but it reminds me of something. But Corypheus is something different. He's not a god. He's something else. Yeah. He's no Varric. Well, Varric's a good one to know.
I see the Red Templars have already encountered the Temple's guardians.
Well, thank you for the cheer, Ninja. So yeah, we're getting pretty close to the end. I'm pretty sure there's only like 1 or 2 things after this, and then we have DLC.
It's sealed.
Corypheus's lackeys managed to open it. Perhaps the altar holds a clue.
We must complete a ritual. Ow. Oh, it's time for puzzles. I love Dragon Age puzzles. Oh,
it
no.
appears the temple's magics are still strong.
Ancient Elven. I can't make out much.
Atishol vir Abalasan. It means enter the path of the Well of Sorrows.
There is something about knowledge, respectful or pure. Shiven. Shivenen. 'Tis all I can translate. That it mentions the well is a good omen.
It's still called the Well of Sorrows, though.
At least we know the Well of Sorrows was important.
Supplicants to Mythal would have first paid obeisance here. Following their path may aid entry.
So if it's a temple to Mythal, doing the stuff for servants would...
A ritual to appease
might get us in.
elven gods.
Okay.
Long dead or no, I don't like it.
If need be, unless you wish to turn back. There.
Yay! Okay. It's one of these puzzles. It's one of the puzzles where you have to touch all the things at least once. Kind of like ice puzzles in Pokemon. Where you have to like hit each thing once, but if you hit it twice, you fall in. Get ready for these, because we know they're coming. When everyone thinks BioWare puzzles, what do you think? I think the one where it's like the 4 things on one side and you got to get them to the other side. And they're different sizes. The one that like the Mirror Core in Mass Effect 1. It's also in KOTOR 1. Is there a version of it in Dragon Age game? I don't think there is. There is?
Hold them off!
Oh, that's why we haven't seen it yet. Okay. Well, they're gone. Whee! This is why I don't feel like I need to craft anymore. We're doing pretty good. Nope. Ever. Wait, who has the ice move? No one has ice in the party.
Come on, we might catch them.
Hold a moment.
Oh, Morrigan.
While
It's
they
probably
rush
Morrigan.
ahead, this leads to our true destination. We should walk the petitioner's path as before.
An army fights and dies for us. The longer we tarry, the more soldiers we lose outside. Let's jump down and be done with this place.
In this case, I must agree with the witch. This is ancient ground, deserving of our respect.
Dorian, what do you think?
You see the urgency. We cannot find the Well of Sorrows unprepared.
I want to ask what Dorian thinks. Come on, everyone else is pitching in. You want the well, don't you, Morrigan?
You're very eager to reach our destination.
Are we not all eager to stop Corypheus from achieving his mad plan?
It sounds like what you want is that well.
Oh, just admit it, Morrigan. I don't care if you do or not. Just, let me know.
There is a danger to the natural order. Legends walked Thedas once, things of might and wonder. Their passing has left us all the lesser. Corypheus would squander the ancient power of the well. I would have it restored.
I wasn't expecting your answer to be so romantic.
Trust me, your surprise is matched only by my own. Mankind blunders through the world, crushing what it does not understand. Elves, dragons, magic. The list is endless. We must stem the tide, or be left with nothing more than the mundane. This I know to be true. I read more in the first chamber than I revealed. It said a great boon is given to those who use the Well of Sorrows, but at a terrible price.
What exactly did that altar say about the Well of Sorrows?
Like most elven writing, it was insufferably vague. The term I deciphered was Halam Shivanas, the sweet sacrifice of duty. It implies the loss of something personal for duty's sake, yet for those who served at this temple, a worthwhile trade.
Did you not trust me enough to tell me about this price when you read it?
I hoped to find more information. If I intended to cheat you, I would have feigned ignorance entirely. My priority is your cause, but if the opportunity arises to save this well, I am willing to pay the cost.
And gain what?
That is what we must discover. The rituals may point the way.
Well, let me fix something real quick here. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that was getting picked up on the mic a little bit. It won't last that long. Okay. So we could follow directly in. Or we could do the things we're supposed to do. Like little, puzzles. Now, in a course, it being an RPG game, you want to do the puzzles, right? Puzzles means loot. But it could also mean safety. If we just jump in like they did, who knows what could happen. Let's do the puzzles. Do both. Yeah, like if this way doesn't show us the way in, we could do it and then jump in.
Yes?
What the? Oh, I can actually ask her a question.
Are you certain Corypheus is using the power of the Blight to make himself immortal?
Perhaps you forget. I was in Ferelden during the Fifth Blight. I have seen a true archdemon rage. How Corypheus gained the power to send his soul into blighted bodies, that is the real question.
Will answering that question let us destroy Corypheus for good?
Perhaps. I would suggest first dealing with the well. If Corypheus obtains it, any chance of success could be lost.
Oh, we have... Let's find all this information.
Discuss the well again.
While I text somebody to...
I see.
Do something real quick.
An opportunity to use the well may not even arise. I understand this. All I meant to suggest is that, if it does, I be the one to do so. I am willing to accept the consequences.
Sorry, it has to do with the noise that may or not have been getting picked up on the mic. There we go. Okay.
What if something happens to you? What about your son?
Kieran is a strong lad. He will thrive, with or without me.
Are you sure of that?
I am sure of precious little these days.
So she wants to use the well, and is willing to sacrifice herself, whatever price she has to pay. Oh. Oh, wait. How did I not hit the first one? How did I manage to only hit that one? I mean, it's to my advantage, I think, so. I thought that was all of them. It is not. Oh, it's also there's the one over here too. Okay. Well, theoretically. What if I have to jump down in the right place. Well, that'll work up here. Don't want to mess this up, though. If I just zigzag, I mean, I'll get it done. Uh-oh. Okay.
That did something.
Indeed. Time to proceed to the next ritual, I should think.
Yay! One ritual down. Question is, where do I go to get to the rest of them? Can I either go... Can I go through here? Is there a door here? Yeah. So how's everyone's week so far? I normally do stream on Mondays and Tuesdays, but because like the long last week of the anniversary week, I decided just like, you know, ease back into it a little bit. So I didn't stream the last 2 days. But moving forward, I will. I did some more work on that mystery idea because we reached one of the sub goals. I don't have it listed. I don't have it showing down here right now. But the sub goals for my anniversary week are now extended to the end of the month. So, like, if I ever want to like show it real quick, you know, I can just do this. Yep, we reached the surprise idea last time. I've been working on that. I'll be honest, it's going to be kind of annoying to set up, but I'm going to continue to work on it. I ordered a few things that will make it work better. They don't come in until Saturday. So I'll work on it on Sunday. Now, why didn't the first one work? Again, it might be to my advantage, but still. Might be able to salvage this. Yeah.
There. The ritual is complete.
We are close. There is but one.
This one I might have to go around because it's up there.
Follow.
Oh, can't open that. It's one of those interesting, like puzzle box things to open. I'm pretty sure it's a chest. So if you played this game before, you know what the DLC is about. I've only played the DLC once. All of them. Been a little while. I remember the Descent DLC the most because it does introduce some cool stuff. Jaws of Hakon, I don't even remember what it's about. So we'll find out. Ooh, this one might be a little trickier. Let's... Oh. Oh, I can't leave it. Okay. All right. So... Then how am I going to get those? Okay, I can step on this at least. So can I do this? Yeah, I can. But then... How do I get that without coming...
Yes?
Oh, no, I meant to jump and I talked to you. No? Well,
as you wish.
Oops. Common sense will tell me I have to come back to do that. So I'm going to go up to here. Then how do I get that? I should have done... well... Yep. Oh, I can actually start from here. Okay. Whoops. I probably already messed it up. Okay. Hey, buddy. Giebus, thank you for lurking. Okay. So that one also goes that way, which is going to be a pain to maybe deal with. Oh, is that timed? Let's just go this way and see what happens. Can't walk off there. So then I would continue this way. So the next step is to find out where the switch is for that. But I can't step off there. It's also timed. At least the first one is. Alright. Did I not hit the first? Whatever. Does this switch also control that one? Was I paying attention at all? It does. Okay. So I should go this way. Oh, maybe it isn't time. Maybe it just resets when you walk off of it. Here's the issue. Now I can't get back on. Oh. That's actually a little tricky. Because even if I can diagonal it... Yeah, I can't. The problem is going to be... if these are already activated and I come back through this way... how am I going to do that? Because if I come back through this way, I do this, I have to do this one. I need to be able to activate both of them. The one in front of me and the one next to me. See, if I do that, I'll leave that one. But I can't get on that center spot without activating that one. Ooh. That's a toughie. It's probably not. It's probably just me. I probably have to figure this out. So what if I leave those intact? I do that. Kind of the same problem here. Okay. So what if I come out this way? It's that one. It's that one that's messing me up. What? Okay. Maybe well, wait a minute. Can I? Yeah. From there. What if I do this? This is gonna mess me up again, isn't it? Okay. I think I got it. Now, let's be careful here. I don't know how I messed this up last time, but...
There. Everything is lit.
Huzzah.
Come.
What?
Let us see if the doors have opened.
Come on! Why did Iron Bull and Sarah aren't even here? It said Sarah, right? It said Iron Bull, either Sarah or Cassandra. I wasn't paying attention. I think it said Sarah. Why would Cassandra disapprove? All I did was walk on some squares. Come on. Judging me from a distance. Yay! Yeah, the trick of that one was to not start at the front.
I believe we are in the presence of the elven goddess Ondrul, Lady of the Hunt.
Or a goddess of sacrifice, according to some.
Truly? I wonder if that is why Ondrul's patron animal is the hare. 'Tis said the Dalish invoke her before a chase, especially if they happen to be stalking humans.
Humans clash with elves all the time. There's blood on both sides.
I do not favor either. One hears things in an Orlesian court. Many Orlesian commanders consider skirmishes against the Dalish excellent sport.
Yeah, I would assume that Solus would probably know more than Morrigan. Although Morrigan knows a great deal, so... Ooh. Oh, look, we did it the right way.
'Tis not what I expected. What was this chamber used for?
We're being watched.
You don't say.
Vernavis. You are unlike the other invaders. You have the features of those who call themselves Elven. You bear the mark of magic, which is familiar. How has this come to pass? What is your connection to those who first disturbed our slumber?
I was going to say, there are enemies.
They are my enemies, as well as yours.
I am called Abelas. We are sentinels, tasked with standing against those who trespass on sacred ground. We wake only to fight, to preserve this place. Our numbers diminish with each invasion. I know what you seek. Like all who have come before you, you wish to drink from the Vira Belasan.
The place of the Way of Sorrows. He speaks of the well.
It is not for you. It is not for any of you.
So, you're elves from ancient times, before the Tevinter Imperium destroyed Arlathan.
The Shemlin did not destroy Arlathan. We Elven warred upon ourselves. By the time the doors to this sanctuary closed, our time was over.
Wait, that's not right. What are you saying?
You would not know truth. Shemlin history is as short as the pool of your years.
What did the Imperium do then? Are you saying it wasn't a war?
The war of carrion feasting upon a corpse, yes. We awaken only when called, and each time find the world more foreign than before. It is meaningless. We endure. The Vira Belasan must be preserved.
Huh. So this whole time it was thought that the Imperium destroyed the old elves, but apparently they destroyed themselves. And the Tevinters that came here attacked what was left, and that's how they kind of destroyed them. It was like all that was left. I get the feeling that if the Tevinter had fought the elves at their prime, they wouldn't have stood a chance.
What is this Vira Balasan exactly?
It is a path, one walked only by those who toiled in Mithal's favor.
He speaks of priests, perhaps.
More than that, you need not know.
Yeah, well, it's just, did the Tevinter know the elves were dying and that's why they attacked? Or did they assume, like, oh, we're super powerful because we beat the elves, when the elves were like a fraction of what they should be? Who knows? Oh, do I tell Solus to speak for me, or do I say the elves need you? Look, I love my special dialogue options, but I have two here. One because I'm Elven, and one because Solus is here. The fact is, Solus doesn't really like the modern-day elves that much. He might have more respect for these. So if I do this, I think Solus might be the right pick here.
Solus, perhaps he'll listen to you.
What shall I say, Inquisitor? Shall I sway him from a millennia of service by virtue of our shared blood? He clings to all that remains of his world, because he lacks the power to restore it.
Okay, never mind. Thank you, Solus, for nothing.
Our people have lost everything. They need you. They could learn from you.
Our people? The ones we see in the forest, shadows wearing Valisleen. You are not my people. And you have invaded our sanctum as readily as the Shemlin.
We knew this place was sacred. We've respected it as best we could.
I believe you.
Mm-hmm.
Trespassers you are, but you have followed rites of petition. You have shown respect to Mithal. If these others are enemies of yours, we will aid you in destroying them. When this is done, you shall be permitted to depart. And never return.
This is our goal, is it not? There is no reason to fight these sentinels.
Consider carefully. You must stop Corypheus, yes, but you may also need the well for your own.
We will figure that out when we get there, Morrigan. We will ally. Why do I get the feeling the game is going to make me do the well thing regardless? But, yeah.
I accept your offer.
You will be guided to those you seek. As for the Vira Bellasan, it shall not be despoiled, even if I must destroy it myself.
Yep.
No!
Morrigan!
The idea that it's so special to them, they're willing to destroy it rather than let an enemy use it. That's when you know it's special to them. They're willing to destroy, their whole reason for being is to protect it, but they're willing to destroy it before it falls into enemy hands.
He said the elves destroyed themselves before my countrymen came along. Could that be true? I can hardly believe it.
This would be our guide.
Mytholanast.
That's helpful, since Morrigan chased off on her own.
She seeks to protect the Well of Sorrows.
Ah, hidden passages. Boy, I can't wait to play a jerk character in this playthrough with my Canary and just be like, screw your offer. And then I have to fight him anyway. Also, my Canary would definitely just jump down the hole. He would not take the time to do the rituals. I don't know when I'm going to get to those playthroughs because these games are so long. Like, I can beat the Mass Effect trilogy doing everything faster than beat this game.
The entire temple
Probably.
must have looked like this long ago. How could the elves pour such devotion into this nonsense?
We can always ask our hosts.
I will leave that to you.
Also, the idea that the gods are the same. That the Maker is an elven god. The old, you know what I mean? Like, all the gods are the same. It's just like... I forget, I've read different theories. Like, there was one god that was left over after the elven gods fell, and that god basically was the Maker. Whether they meant to be the Maker or not, I don't know.
Penshra.
I'm kind of looking forward to getting some definitive answers on that.
I prefer that we remain close.
Get all these codex entries.
Around.
Again, I'm not entirely sure anything is actually, like, 100% known. Hopefully 4 gives us some answers. And I will definitely do a deep dive into like that lore stuff before 4 comes out, just so I know what I'm looking for. I wonder if they mind on picking up this loot. I mean, it's not going. I mean, it's, you know, just gold. Nothing special. I am sure there's stuff in this room that I should be paying attention to if I knew the lore. Like these statues, I just don't know it that well. Wait, if I get ahead of her, does she go faster? I don't think so. Huh. We're bypassing the enemies. Nice. Hello. I don't have to fight you.
The Sentinels are holding off the Red Templars.
Vier Sumiel.
Now, I'm wondering if I could open the door and help them fight. I'm not going to, because the whole point of this is to go around them. Ah, good old pathing in games. Okay, everyone knows that pathing in games can be kind of bad. Also, there's always things like escort missions, where if the pathing is bad, it's not very fun. I think the worst situation I've ever seen with a pathing thing was in KOTOR 2. There's a part where you have to like lead an NPC out of an area, and the pathing is so bad. Oh, thank you for giving me a loot room. I appreciate it. Even though there's nothing good in it. Eh. Now I'm guessing we have to go through here now. Okay. We'll help you. I might not save you, but I'll avenge you. Oh, don't jump. Well, that's the downside to doing that. Alright. Might as well open the door now. Oops. Nope, fight's over. Ooh, we're at the well.
The Well of Sorrows.
So Mithal endures.
Andraste, guide us.
How has such magic lasted?
I see things don't go well.
You tough bastards. A day's march, hours of fighting, and still fierce as dragons. The Chantry never knew what it was throwing away.
Samson, sir, watch out!
Inquisitor. You and those elf things don't know when to stop. You've hunted us half across Thedas. I should have guessed you'd follow us into this hole.
Your reserves are gone. So is Valyrian. Isn't it time to stand down?
To enjoy the mercy you showed our brothers and sisters? No thanks. Corypheus chose me twice. First as his general, now as the vessel for the Well of Sorrows. You know what's inside the well? Wisdom. The kind of wisdom that can scour a world. I give it to Corypheus, that he can walk into the Fade without your precious anchor.
If the well is full of wisdom, why is it called the Well of Sorrows and not the Well of Wisdom? There's a catch somewhere.
What's your part in it? What's a vessel?
What else empties a well? I'll carry its power to Corypheus. One more task entrusted to me. Being force-fed Chantry lyrium was good for something. This armor makes me a living fortress, mind and body. I won't forget a word of the well's knowledge. Corypheus will be unstoppable.
If he's gonna bring the water back to Corypheus, like the knowledge of it, doesn't that mean he's kind of just like a cup, or he's just gonna be like wrung out, or you know what I mean? Like I get what he's saying. He's gonna bring the knowledge back and tell him it. But since Corypheus can also take over someone's body who has the taint, I'm pretty sure Samson's gonna die either way here. Yeah, he's gonna kill you.
Once Corypheus is that powerful, you and your soldiers will just slow him down.
You dare say that to my face? After you butchered my men? You're no match for Corypheus. Even if you drink from the well, you'll never master its wisdom as he could. This is the strength the Chantry tried to bind. But it's a new world now, with a new god. So, Inquisitor, how will this go?
Yep, we have the thing that makes this fight easier.
Power's all well and good, until it's taken away.
Thank you, Dagna.
What did you do? What did you do? My armor is gone. The lyrium! I need it! Kill them all!
I have the feeling we just made that fight a lot easier. Also, mines! Wow, good move, Samson. Just spin in circles. Ow. Well, it kind of works now. Yeah, I miss Sandal. I miss Sandal, but Dagna's pretty good. Mines. They're all fun to use. Mine.
There's no mountain to save you now!
Ooh, that was a good hit. Ow! Fine. I'll take it back. Spinning in circles does kind of work. Who's in the corner over there stuck with him? I'm guessing Cassandra. Oh, hello. Maybe he'll be back in the next one. What's happening? Okay.
Not the well, you wretch. You can't take it from Corypheus. You mustn't.
He's still breathing.
We can take him back to Skyhold for judgment.
Yay, more judgments.
Abelos!
You heard his parting words, Inquisitor. The elf seeks to destroy the Well of Sorrows.
So the sanctum is despoiled at last.
You would have destroyed the well yourself, given the chance.
To keep it from your grasping fingers. Better it be lost than bestowed upon the undeserving.
Fool. You'd let your people's legacy rot in the shadows.
Oh. Maybe back off a little bit.
Enough.
You cannot honestly...
I said enough.
The well clearly offers power, Inquisitor. If that power can be turned against Corypheus, can you afford not to use it?
Do you even know what you ask? As each servant of Mythal reached the end of their years, they would pass their knowledge on through this. All that we were, all that we knew, it would be lost forever.
Interesting. So it basically stores the memories. And when you drink it, I guess you get that. I mean, that's why it's called the Well of Sorrows. You might get their knowledge, but you probably also get everything else.
It's better that knowledge remain in the well, never passed on. You'd rather destroy it.
There are other places, friend, other duties. Your people yet linger.
Elven such as you?
Yes, such as I.
You have shown respect to Mythal, and there is a righteousness in you I cannot deny. Is that your desire? To partake of the Vira Belasan as best you can? To fight your enemy?
Gifts like this don't come freely.
No boon of Mythal was ever granted without cost. The Vira Belasan may be too much for a mortal to comprehend. Brave it if you must. But know you this. You shall be bound forever to the will of Mythal.
Bound to a goddess who no longer exists, if she ever did?
Bound as we are bound. The choice is yours.
Uh-oh. Oh, I haven't done the bean yet. I should do that. Also, quesadilla time.
Is it possible this Mythal might still exist?
Anything is possible.
Elven legend states that Mythal was tricked by Fen-Harel and banished to the Beyond.
Elven legend is wrong. The Dread Wolf had nothing to do with her murder.
Murder? I said nothing of...
She was slain, if a god truly can be. Betrayed by those who destroyed this temple. Yet the Vira Belasan remains. As do we. That is something.
So, again, I don't understand the lore too well, but I know that the Dread Wolf is the one who, like, turned against the gods. He's kind of like the trickster, like Loki. But he just said that they had nothing to do with it. Mithril was killed by the same people that destroyed the temple.
Are you leaving the temple?
Our duty ends. Why remain?
There is a place for you, Lethaline, if you seek it.
Perhaps there are places the Shemlin have not touched.
The Imperium went to great lengths to expunge Elven history. You might be the last to know the truth.
Would the elves of your lands listen to the truth?
They might. Would it hurt to try?
It very well may, Shemlin. Yes. It may be that only Uthenera awaits us. The blissful sleep of eternity never to awaken, if fate is kind.
Thank you for this gift, Abelas.
Do not thank me yet, Shemlin.
Malas Amalin Nahalam Abelas.
Notice how he calls me a Shemlin? He sees us as like so far away from what they are that he thinks we're outsiders too.
I said, I hoped he finds a new name.
You'll note the intact Illuvian. I was correct on that count, at least.
But we couldn't just take that
Is
here.
it still a threat? Can Corypheus use it to travel the Fade?
You recall when I took you through my Illuvian, I said each required a key? The well is the key. Take its power, and Mythal's last Illuvian will be no more use to Corypheus than glass. I did not expect the well to feel so... hungry.
Is that a good thing?
Seems like that should be a concern.
Knowledge begets a hunger for more. I am willing to pay the price the well demands. I am also the best suited to use its knowledge in your service.
Or more likely to your own ends?
What would you know of my ends, elf?
You are a glutton drooling at the sight of a feast. You cannot be trusted.
Of those present, I alone have the training to make use of this. Let me drink, Inquisitor.
Oh, we might have a choice here. Ooh.
You alone? This is my heritage.
I have studied the oldest lore. I have delved into mysteries of which you could only dream. Can you honestly tell me there is anyone better suited?
Hey, Solus.
What about you, Solus?
No. Do not ask me again.
Hey, Dorian. Hey, Dorian, you thirsty?
What about you, Dorian?
A human from Tevinter scoops up the last bits of elven knowledge? I know why you ask. I know it's important, but I can't be that man.
I want to see what everyone says here. What if you had Sarah and Iron Bull with you? What would they say? I feel like with Sarah, she'd just go on her usual rant of elven things. And then with Iron Bull, you would just go, Iron Bull, would you? And he just interrupts you and says, no.
I would be.
You lead the Inquisition. This is not a risk you can take. I have the best chance of making use of the well for everyone. Let me drink.
You're not concerned about the price. Bound forever to the will of Mythal.
Bound to the will of a dead god? It seems an empty warning. Perhaps a compulsion yet remains. Who can say otherwise? I do not fear it, even so.
Well, think about the Grey Wardens. They have something similar, I guess. So, we kind of become like a Grey Warden, but instead of the taint, we would have like elven stuff in us, I guess.
Are you sure you want this, Morrigan? We don't know what will happen.
We do not, and yet it must be done. I am ready.
Uh-oh. I know the well's danger. What does everyone else think?
Thoughts?
She is right about only one thing. We should take the power which lies in that well.
It all seems ghoulish. Let Morrigan use it, if she wants it so much.
If it is truly between you and her, then let her take the risk. Make her help us all.
Enough deliberation. Give me your decision.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I have magical knowledge. That means I know the well's danger. I'm going to pick that one. I like this. Whenever I play my I don't care Canary, I'm doing this because it's her risk to do. I'm not going to risk it. But I may not be a mage. My first playthrough, I was an elf mage. I definitely drank from the well. I'm going to do it this time too. That way our Inquisitor is tied to this more. But yeah, I know the dangers.
Looking at it, listening to it. That's not just knowledge from the ancient elven priests. It's their will.
How would you know such a thing?
I read.
That's what Abelas was telling us. The collective will of the priests puts anyone who drinks under a compulsion, a gas. Can't you feel it?
That would match the legends, but it does not tell us what the gas entails. I would still use the well, but you are right.
Oh.
We must be cautious.
We made her think about it a little bit. I'm using the well for myself. I'm really curious what's going to carry over into Dragon Age 4. This has got to be a big one, right? If the Inquisitor has like the will of Mythal inside them, this has to be a big thing that's going to carry over. And in this playthrough, I'm using the well for myself. Not for power. I'm not being evil here. I'm just saying, like, I'll do it myself.
If anyone is to use the well, it will be me.
So you will take what little knowledge you can understand and let the rest go to waste?
That's a good point. Yes, I'm the leader of the Inquisition, but we still need Morrigan's knowledge. If her brain fries, we're not going to have it, so. Oh, Iron Bull approves. Sarah greatly disapproves. Dorian disapproves. Vivian greatly approves. Why does Sarah approve? I'm the one drinking it. Weird.
The Inquisition needs you. Corypheus still endangers us all.
Just...
Perhaps it is better this way. Do as you will with the Well of Sorrows, Inquisitor. But be careful.
They are. This game is very judgmental. Even when they're not in the party. They're somehow watching from a distance, like, what's she doing now? Well, let's get some knowledge.
Why am I here? Corypheus, a Magister wishes to rip the veil open. I must learn how to stop him.
Ninja, I'm kind of... I plan on doing a randomizer of Mass Effect later through the entire series where I decide stuff by coin flips and dice rolls. But I think I will do a thing like where I occasionally do polls in chat as well. It'll still be random. Maybe I'll do the more, like, special ones like that. Future idea.
If you can help me vanquish Corypheus, take whatever price you wish.
I have plenty of gold. You want gold?
Inquisitor! Inquisitor!
How do you feel?
More intelligent? Oh, what's up, Corypheus? I beat you to it. Hope you're not still thirsty.
The Illuvian!
Yep, I can use it and he can't.
Through the mirror!
Ooh. Did the well just go through the Illuvian with them before it sealed? It kind of looked like that's what just happened. Like something followed us. Maybe now the water is just water. Maybe like the spirit of the well went through. Does that mean we're going to all fall through and then a bunch of water is going to come in? That's why you don't run through a Stargate, because your momentum carries over. Just walk through. And water. Oh, okay. Guess not.
It is done.
Well, I think it's time to talk to our teammates after
Pleased
this.
to report we won the battle, Inquisitor. When you went through that mirror, Corypheus and his archdemon fled the field. I'm not sure why.
What he wanted was no longer within the temple.
Perhaps. He spent so long trying to get into the temple, he probably couldn't have helped his forces by that point.
Then Corypheus is finished.
If he is wise, he will hide and rebuild his strength before he attacks again.
He will not hide.
He won't hide.
You hear it. The well speaks to you.
Hmm. Well, there are reasons why on the Stargate show they send Malps through, because they can be in the not so great places.
It's voices, whispering from so far away I can barely hear them.
If only one who understood such voices had used the well's power instead.
Then we'd have to rely on her interpretation of them, and whatever she chose to tell us.
Have I not been forthcoming enough for you, Spy Master? I told you what the well could have done, Inquisitor. You should be hearing shouts from the heavens, not whispers.
Let's be honest here, Morrigan. The fact that you didn't tell us everything every time is the part of the reason why I made this choice. If you had been more forthcoming and more honest, maybe we would have been like, oh, we'll trust you. Also, did anyone catch what that voice sounded like? I mean, I'm sure we're going to get more into that later, but I'm pretty sure that voice sounded a little familiar.
I'm doing all I can, Morrigan. It'll have to be enough.
Earlier, you said you knew what needed to be done next. What did you mean?
The dragon isn't an archdemon. It's a dragon in which Corypheus has invested part of his power.
Oh.
Kill it, and his ability to jump to other bodies is disrupted for a time. He can be killed.
That's no simple task. Corypheus alone is powerful, but where there's dragon...
There is a way, but I'll need Morrigan's help.
The voices from the well tell you that, do they? Very well, Inquisitor. Speak to me when you are ready to begin this plan of yours.
So, I know this isn't an exact analogy, and I haven't read the last 2 Harry Potter books.
Are you certain of this?
The idea that you can store, like, your life force into items and kind of become immortal. I like that a little bit. He put some of his ability, like some of his power into the dragon. You kill the dragon, he won't be able to jump bodies for a bit. So when you kill the dragon, then kill him, he's dead.
We have no choice. If Corypheus comes here now...
I'll see to Skyhold's defenses in the meantime.
Okay, I think it's time to talk to all our teammates again, since we just did a main mission. Also, we can judge Samson. Josephine's up first because she's right here. All right, let me go get the bean. Up I go. Must reach bean. Okay. Hammies. Oh yeah, I woke up yesterday and Hammy got out of his cage. I saw the cage door open on the top. I must have checked on him in the middle of the night at some point and just left it open. And I woke up and I saw it open, like, I'm sure he didn't get out. It's kind of hard to get out of that thing. Yeah. But I found him like 10 seconds later. He was just like, the bathroom door is right there. He was just in the bathroom on the floor, like next to the trash can. Just hanging out. Ooh, that's a one we haven't had in a while. Give me that one. There's like 3 at the top. Give me that one. Oh, he's fine. He was fine. When I saw him, he's kind of looked up at me just like, hey, leave me alone. Occupied. This is dirty dishwater or birthday cake?
Remember to stay hydrated.
This hurts you.
It's kind of weird because it almost tastes like both. It's like one of those weird ones that has like cross-contamination. It's like dirty dishwater that someone threw a bunch of plates in after a birthday party that had icing on them. Yeah. Luckily, he didn't do that. He didn't run. He doesn't like to get picked up. So as soon as I tried to pick him up, he tried to get away. But at first, he was cool with it, though. He didn't like try to run away immediately. It was still bad. I mean, I would still say dirty dishwater that tastes dirty dishwater that tastes a little bit like icing isn't good. All right, I need to go get the hat. I left it in the closet. Be right back. 1 second. There we go. Oh, you suck at these things? Well, to be fair, the bean one isn't really a prediction. It's more of just like a guess. There we go. Like how my glasses like don't make this work quite right. They don't. It doesn't sit quite right. The nerd Dovahkiin. All right, Josephine.
It comes swiftly. This moment that will be spoken of for ages. The day the Herald of Andraste challenged the Darkspawn that thought itself a god. Defeat him, and you'll be more than a holy woman to the people. You'll enter legend.
I couldn't have come this far without the Inquisition at my back.
And there is the modesty people respect. People joined the Inquisition after hearing you were blessed, but they've stayed because of how you lead. I wanted to tell you that I shared their sentiments, Inquisitor, and... well, I suppose I just did.
You've always been there for us, Josephine. And for me.
It means much to hear you say that.
Ugh.
Farewell, my lady. When you face Corypheus, may you walk in the light.
Oh, it's like we're getting a bunch of goodbyes from everybody. Well.
A pleasure. Good.
Oh, yeah, I should probably do the thing with the points as well. Bad bean, good bean. It was definitely bad. Well, Blue, on the bright side, you only lost 10 points. If you had won, you would have gotten like 1k points for only risking 10 points. See, Blue knows how to play that game. Whenever I see a prediction in somebody's stream, if one side has nothing on it by the time it's almost done, I'll put like 1 point. I actually one time won like 5,000 points on somebody's stream because I put, I think it was no to something with only 1 point. I ended up winning like 5,000 points for risking 1 point. Let's judge Samson, shall we? I guess I have to judge him from the war table. All right. Never mind. Let's go talk to our people. So we need to talk to everybody before we move on. Yeah, we'll go this way first. The reason why the Bean Boozled beans are so nasty, partly, is because they stick in your teeth because they're gooey. So it's just like little gooey pieces of, it's like nasty dishwater right now.
What happened at the Elven Temple? It's got me thinking. I should go back, shouldn't I? To Tevinter. Once this is done. If we're still alive. All my talk of how terribly wrong things are back home. But what do I do about it? Nothing.
How does this relate to the Elven Temple?
That elf, Abelas. He said the Imperium wasn't what destroyed the elves. My people would never accept that. It would reduce us to scavengers, destroy our legacy no matter how terrible. But we should accept it. Take our history down a peg. Confront the legacy hanging over us like a shroud. Maybe not all of us want to, but that could be altered. If you can change minds, so can I.
Well, hold on, I need to fix this. It's like all crooked. Hold on. That's a little better. Yeah. Now, obviously, like, it's weighted. So if you only bet 1 point, but someone else bets like 1,000, they're getting way more than you are in the win. It's just, I only do that like the last like 5 seconds.
You're not doing nothing, Dorian. You came here. You're fighting with us.
Thank you for saying that. I want to do more than stop Corypheus, however. I want to save my home. It might surprise you to know that you're the one who inspired me. You're shaping the world, for good or ill. How could I aspire to do any less? If it means proving that Tevinter can be better, that there's hope even for my homeland, I would do anything.
But yeah, part of Tevinter's known thing is they destroyed the elves. As bad or as good as they might be for some people, like, now it's not true.
Marvelous business, the Winter Palace. You saved an empress, and now she's eating out of your hand. Perfect mental image. All this dancing, politics, and murder makes me a bit homesick.
I talked to you after that mission. Why are you telling me this now?
That's something you actually miss.
Who wouldn't? All the drama, the scandal, the petty maneuverings. Back home, we engage in social affairs with the grim intensity of war. When blood is spilled, the battle is won. Less fun when you're the target, but to watch. My, yes. I hope you tried the ham they were serving, by the way. Tasted of despair. It's fascinating.
I should go.
You know where I'll be.
All of them working together. It might not be the best in the end. We'll see in the epilogue. It might not be the best, like, in the end, but I got them all to shut up and work together. For now. Hey, Vivian.
My dear, I know you must have a great deal on your mind right now, but I need to speak with you. You know as well as I how far the Inquisition's influence has spread, and how desperate the Grand Clerics have become. Our opinion will be instrumental in their election of the new Divine.
They want Leliana and Cassandra as candidates.
The Inquisition may not be invited to their vote, but our actions will certainly influence the Grand Clerics. To sit on the Sunburst throne, a candidate should have grace, charm, and a will of solid steel. Cassandra may lack the first two, but unless you can think of someone better, she is the strongest choice.
What would your ideal Divine do with her power?
The most important thing, of course, is the restoration of the Circles and the Templar Order.
Uh-huh.
The institutions that have protected Thedas for ages must be rebuilt, and the malcontents utterly crushed. We cannot allow anarchists to threaten the lives of the innocent. After we have restored sanity to the world, there will be time to address voices of dissent.
Or we'll say, hey, job's done, everything's back to normal. That's why I like Cassandra as the pick. She's well-rounded. She wants to bring back the Chantry, she wants to bring back the Circles, but different. Starting different. Not bring them back and then make them different later.
Where can we find candidates outside of the Chantry? There must be someone other than Leliana or Cassandra.
The Chantry is already desperate. They would not look to unordained women if they had any choice. You may have better luck searching the halls of the Imperial Court. There are many women serving the Empire who have the necessary presence and acumen.
Leliana might be a better choice than
Of
Cassandra,
course,
don't you
of
think?
course.
Leliana is a well-meaning fool. She will do irreparable harm to countless people in the name of freedom. She proposes to abolish the Circles with nothing but a solemn promise from mages not to murder children. When an angry mage lashes out inside a tower, villages aren't destroyed. The Circle protects us all. Mages will die and take ordinary men with them in a war that cannot be won. Consider carefully, Inquisitor. Everything we do is a sign from the Maker to those who seek one.
Why did she always hate me? All I did was ask. I didn't say... All right.
It's been quite the momentous day, hasn't it, my dear? How do you feel? It's not every day one absorbs ancient elven magic.
Getting used to it.
It was strange at first, but I think I'm all right now.
Good. We can't have you falling to pieces on the eve of such an important battle. The pieces are nearly in place. We'll soon strike against Corypheus directly. You've done well. I will be proud to fight alongside you when the time comes.
These definitely sound like end conversations.
I always have time for you, my dear.
Never mind. We did get her to like us enough to where we got her mission, but that was about it. Who else is left up here? Liliana is further up.
Here is the request Harriet made. I will see he gets it. The Inquisitor.
Okay.
I was pondering who might be divine, and it suddenly occurred to me. Is it so ridiculous for the Grand Clerics to support me? Why shouldn't they?
I don't know the voice actors. I'm bad with names. The only voice actors I know, I've heard over and over again. They've been like pounded into my brain.
If you were divine, what would you do?
Change things. Change everything. Your support of the Mage Rebellion was a good start. We must build on this. No more circles. The mages will be free. The Chantry will accept them as the Maker's children. In fact, it will accept everyone. Elves, dwarves, even Canary. Why exclude them? The Chantry allows our differences to tear us apart, instead of teaching us how we are the same.
Vivian. Okay. Look. I like what she's doing. I do think that let's just make the mages govern themselves already. I feel like that's a big step. That's why I like Cassandra's dealing with the mages. Bring the circle back, but make it like it should be, not a prison. More to protect everybody, not just other people from mages. I'm gonna feel bad doing this, but I just no. This character, I'm kind of in the middle. Yes, I sided with the mages in the rebellion, but I'm not like super pro mage. So
I don't support this. There are better candidates.
Oh, that hurt.
I see. Then I should be glad it's not up to you. It's time for change, Inquisitor. The Grand Clerics know that. The Chantry was a beacon of hope to me once, you know. In my years at Lothering's Chantry, we turned no one away from our doors. It was a refuge, a place of peace. I felt the Maker's presence and his love even when they told me he'd left us. This is the Chantry I know, the Chantry I wish the world to see.
The Chantry you describe is vastly different from the one I know.
But it could be this way, could it not? The Chantry dictated where it should have inspired. It spoke of judgment instead of acceptance. It should encourage the good in everyone, rather than rebuke us for our sins. No one should be turned away from our doors. No one is without worth. Whoever you are, whatever your mistakes, you are loved. Unconditionally, in your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame.
Liana, that's good on paper, but you kind of need a lot of support to get that stuff going.
So if we kill Corypheus, he has the power to move from one tainted creature into another? What we will learn next? That he can command the sun to rise or the seas to burn?
No matter how powerful he is, there's a way to defeat him, and we'll find it.
I hope you're right. I have researchers scouring the Temple of Mythol as we speak. I hope that their search turns up something we can use. Ancient magic, perhaps. Something even Corypheus missed. Anything to give us an edge.
I'll leave you to your work.
All right, who's left to talk with? Cullen. Oh, I can't use the dodgy thing in here. That makes sense. Look, Liliana can be a little, extreme with some things. Hey, Colin.
Though all before me is shadow, yet shall the Maker be my guide. I shall not be left to wander the drifting roads of the beyond. For there is no darkness in the Maker's light, and nothing that he has wrought shall be lost.
A prayer for you?
For those we have lost, and those I am afraid to lose.
You're afraid?
Of course I am. Corypheus possessed that Grey Warden at Mythal. What more is he capable of? It's only a matter of time before he retaliates. We must draw strength wherever we can. When the time comes, you will be thrown into his path again. Andraste, preserve me. I must send you to him.
There's nothing to worry about. I have luck on my side, remember.
That's less comforting than I'd hoped. Whatever happens, you will come back.
Is that an order, Commander?
No, but as one of your advisors, I strongly recommend it.
If you say so.
Yay. This playthrough is going to be romancing Dorian or Cullen, but I like this one. Now what is that on here? That is the War Room. That is Speak to Morrigan. Okay. Who's left to talk to? We have Varric inside. I wonder if Varric has forgiven me for leaving Hawk in the Fade yet.
So, you've been...
Oh wow, that's still the dialogue you have?
He does good work. Nothing compared to Bianca, though. That's the envy talking. Bianca...
Still nothing new. Alright, well, I guess he's still not happy with me. Solus. I'm sure you have something new. Solus? Wait, it says Solus is here. Solus? Oh, wait, are you up there? Oh, I can't get up there. Where is Solus? Alistair. Solus? Hello? You're not here. Am I just... Oh, how did I not see him? He blends into the wall. Also, he's not where he's supposed to be.
Why did you do it? I warned you not to.
I was thirsty.
You gave yourself into the service of an ancient elven god.
What does that mean exactly?
You are Mithal's creature now. Everything you do, whether you know it or not, will be for her. You have given up a part of yourself.
Oh, I'm so mean. Calm down.
I have not become Mithal's slave.
Not yet. But if you remove the layer of nostalgia from stories of the elven gods, you might see the danger. They were arrogant and fickle. They warred amongst themselves. They had feuds, vendettas. And you are bound to one of them now. I suppose it is better you have the power than Corypheus. Which leads to the next logical question. What will you do with the power of the well once Corypheus is dead?
Ooh. Ooh. One thing at a time, please.
I won't know the answer until Corypheus is defeated.
Ooh.
Yet they are already asking you to answer. Restore the Chantry? Destroy the Chantry? If you do nothing, someone else will answer in your stead. Whatever you do, choose wisely.
Well, we've pretty much just
Forgive
hurt
my melancholy.
everybody.
Corypheus has cost us much. The Temple of Mithal did not deserve such a fate. The orb he carries, and its stolen power, that at least we may still recover. With luck, some of the past may yet survive.
Thank you, Solus. We couldn't have done this without you.
You are welcome.
Yeah, I think I've only harmed everyone I've talked to so far. Yeah, not Dorian, but...
Good afternoon.
No, we're good.
We'll talk.
Goodbye.
So, we have Sarah, Iron Bull, Blackwall, and Cole. Whee! Blackwall.
Maker and Lady. Corypheus is taking the lot of them apart.
The Inquisition is on its tail.
The war in Orlais has claimed too many lives. I pray that it's over for good.
Really? Nothing about what we just did? Well, fine.
Nothing.
You disappoint me, Tom. I wonder if he likes being called Tom. Like if it slips out just like Tom, I mean, Blackwall. There we go.
Victory in the Arbor Wilds. The Archdemon might have been a real threat to our army, but it flew off once we turned the tide. It is still out there, however. I wonder what Corypheus plans now.
We'll deal with whatever he throws at us.
Do not underestimate Corypheus. He is powerful, and you have yet to fight him one-on-one. But he will come. You will get your chance.
It wouldn't be any fun if all this was over so soon.
Corypheus believes himself a god. Pride alone demands he not slink off into the shadows. I have faith you will be victorious even so. Not long ago, this was impossible to imagine. You, a valued friend, victory close at hand. The time has come to consider what will come next.
You'll be divine, because I support you.
You'll be the next divine, I assume.
That has not happened yet.
But it may.
If the Maker wills it, then yes, I will answer his call. Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked and do not falter. You have come far, my friend. It has been an honor.
Aw. I didn't get anything like that from Blackwall. Alright, let's go back down to here. Almost done. Almost time to move on to talk to Morrigan.
It's good to see you.
Alright, Blackwall, Cole, and Sarah. Also Krem, who once again has not learned to use this chariot.
Most of the charges are still at the Temple of Mythal. I'm Mr. Crazy Fine.
We'll talk later.
So to kill Corypheus, all we have to do is kill his dragon first? That's easy. We're good at killing shit.
Dragons,
Just
especially.
one more big fight to put this Magister asshole down for good. I knew you'd get us here, boss.
It's been an honor, Bull.
Oh, don't get like that. This isn't goodbye. We're kicking this guy's ass. Pleasure as always, boss.
Ah, Iron Bull.
Inquisitor.
What?
Are you sure? Yes, sir.
You're not gonna be happy, are you?
Oh, hi, yeah. Listen, stand there. Right there. Now, about Mythal.
Sarah, I don't know what reaction you want, but can this be it so we can be done?
All right. So maybe it's still you. Someone needed to do something. I mean, you went wading into a well of sorrows. Who hears that and thinks, well, dunk a butt, let's have a go? Even mad old Abelas said elves destroyed themselves. The only believable bit in a sea of clear demon bait. It makes messing with their relics real stupid. So, test done, you're still you. We can leave these lies behind.
How was aiming an arrow at my face a test?
I heard once that if you're possessed, the demon will defend itself against attack. Sounds stupid to say it out loud. I don't know. I don't know demons. At least, if it's true, the arrow's right there. I'm sorry, yeah? Morrigan's probably got better ways, but who can trust her?
You seem pretty certain. You don't believe anything from Mythal.
Course not. What, I should believe all that stuff? Because elves? I mean, it was impressive and all. Makes the Dalish look like tits for living in the woods, but so what? There can't be a bunch of gods and the Maker. Don't matter how much or little you believe, those don't fit. So call me stupid, but I believe the stuff not made up by dead people who failed. Mythal is a ruin full of demons. I mean, it just makes sense, right?
But again, we know the elven gods were, I believe, tricked. Either killed or imprisoned, whatever. Maybe the Maker was just one of the elven gods that was left.
There's so much history there. What if some of it is true?
No, now you're stupid. You can't think that because it's stupid.
But everything we saw.
Why believe it? Because Abelas looked weird? If that's all it takes, Coryphe's shitheel is full of lumpy truth. I get it. You're an elf. Be all elfy. But this? You're the frigging herald of Andraste. Every time you open your mouth, you'll sound like an idiot.
Yeah, this is Sarah.
The Inquisition is probably used to me sounding like an idiot.
Not for me to say, yeah. Just saying. Anyway, believe what you want. So long as we kill Carifi fish. Whatever.
Yeah, Sarah requires some patience.
Love seeing you, yeah?
All right, and Cole. And then we should be able to talk to Morrigan. And then maybe we might be finishing this game tonight. Who knows?
You're certain?
Corypheus died, and then he didn't. That's why he always felt wrong, like he didn't fit inside himself. He wears another man's life. I thought dying was forever.
Yeah, it is confusing, isn't it?
It's hard for any of us to make sense of. Corypheus is using ancient magic.
But is it him? Is he real? If a man can be dead and then not, could I have saved the real Cole?
What happened to him wasn't your fault.
His hands were bruised from beating on the wall. It was dark, like the cabinet where he hid to escape his father. His belly hurt like knives, throat cracked dry. He was alone. I pushed through and held his hand. It was all I could do. He said, "Thank you." Thank you.
Take this thing off. But yeah, basically the story behind Cole, he's a spirit that is kind of human. And there was a mage locked up in a tower that the Templars just left in there to starve to death. And Cole was a spirit of compassion, I think. And something happened where he basically took Cole's place and became kind of real. I think we're good. I talked to everybody. I think it's time to talk to Morrigan. Oh, wait. Before we do that, let's go to the... let's see if there's any war table missions to finish up. Again, I do have a mod installed that makes the war table missions immediate, so we can just get them all done. Including judging Samson. I've been pretty lenient on the judgment so far, but Samson, ooh. We'll see how that goes. Depends on my choices. Nothing over here. We have researched the Well of Sorrows and bring Samson to Skyhold for judgment. When Corypheus rushed from the Temple of Mythal, he left his general for dead. Not surprising. My soldiers and I captured Samson with ease, given that he was still unconscious from your fight. While it will still take the army some time to return from the wilds, we can expedite Samson's return in order to put him on trial. If you've no objections, I would be present for his judgment. Also, Cullen, you can bring him in. We have secured Samson in the holding pens, your worship. He's not said much. We'll bring out the villain for judgment at your pleasure. And research the Well of Sorrows. The Well of Sorrows was constructed in unspeakably ancient times. There may be slivers of information left in elven legend, or crumbling papers in far-flung libraries. Send people to research how ancient elves made this strange artifact. Wouldn't the oldest human records on magic be found in Tevinter? I can arrange for some scholars to visit Minrathal's archives. You recognize the magic used in the well? The universities in Val Breaux could look into it for us. They're well-funded. The Seekers have written treaties on forbidden magic for ages. Cassandra would point us to some of their findings.
We'll be spread thin until the rest of our forces return from the Arbor Wilds.
Of course.
Let me use Josephine on this one. I must take over our investigation into the Well of Sorrows. Dozens of antiquarians and historians are begging us for the results. There have been several attempts to steal our research. While we have nothing conclusive, the research has proven useful in negotiations with interested scholars, and we should guard it accordingly. Might not be the best outcome, but okay. Notice how Morrigan's not here, because I have to go talk to her. All right, let's judge Samson, and then we might finish up the story of this game tonight. I have no idea how long this game is from this point, but... And then we can start the DLC. Bring him in.
Forgive me, Inquisitor. For personal interest, I have relieved Josephine, as you might expect. Knight Templar Samson, General to Corypheus, traitor to the Order. The blood on his hands cannot be measured. His head is too valuable to take. Kirkwall, Orlais, many would see him suffer. I can't say I'm not one of them.
Judging him will affect as many as his crimes. I won't take it lightly.
The Red Lyrium will steal your vengeance. You know what it does. Corypheus only delayed my corruption.
Are you still loyal to that thing? He poisoned the Order, used them to kill thousands.
Templars have always been used. How many were left to rot like I was, after the Chantry burned away their minds? Piss on it. I followed him, so Templars could at least die at their best. Same lie as the Chantry. The profit just isn't as pretty.
I found your people. They believed in you, believed your cause was righteous.
Not your business, Inquisitor.
Your friend Maddox was so loyal, he killed himself. For you.
They were always going to die. I saw what Corypheus was doing. So yes, I fed them hope instead of despair. I made them believe their pain had purpose, just like the Chantry does. Right, Commander? It ended as well as anything else I've done. Corypheus would kill me on sight. I'll tell your people what they want. Everything I cared about is destroyed.
Oh, all right. Kirkwall can have him. Exile him. Dagna will study your powers. Put him in a prison. Cullen will question. Oh, man, there's a lot of good choices here. I'm not going to give him to Kirkwall. I'm not going to exile him. Should Dagna study his powers? Cullen, would you like to question him? Don't want to do the prison either. So either Dagna or Cullen. I feel like my Canary will either do exile or Hole, just because it's the easiest. Like, I don't care where you put him. I do like knowledge, and giving him to Dagna to study might come in handy. But this is a Cullen thing, right? We're romancing Cullen. He kind of feels like a personal thing against... I'll do Cullen.
Very well. Samson, you will spend your remaining years serving the Inquisition. Cullen will be your handler. Perhaps he can get something useful out of you.
I doubt the Commander believes there's anything worthy left in me.
You're not wrong, but you served something greater than yourself once. Perhaps you can be made to remember that.
I almost chose Dagna because I kind of owe her. Like, she gave me the thing to break his armor, so... But... Okay. It's time to talk to Morrigan. Why is that still there? Oh, DLC. That's why. Okay. Which, again, we can do after the game is over. It's honestly easier to do it that way. Because I don't know when the last mission is. I doubt the game is going to be like, this is it. It felt like the last mission was doing that. Oh.
Inquisitor, thank the Maker you're here. Morrigan chased after her son into the Illuvian. She was terrified.
She was chasing Kieran.
She said he activated the mirror somehow, and then she ran into it. I've never seen Morrigan like that. You must go after her. I will find help, Inquisitor.
Let's remember what her son is. Kieran is no ordinary child. He has the spirit of like an old god in him. Right? When you did the ritual, my Grey Warden did the ritual because we were romancing Morrigan anyway. And it's basically an old god child. So there's something off about him already. Luckily, it's still on. If they had turned it off, I would have no way to get in here. So I think there's going to be some nice lore here. I look forward to scenes like this.
This isn't the crossroads. This is the Fade. How did the Illuvian lead here? Can it go anywhere?
We're back in the Fade. It didn't lead to the crossroads where all the Illuvians lead, or most of them, anyway. It led to the Fade. But isn't Kieran the one that opened it? I didn't even see that.
Morrigan!
Go back. I must find Kieran before it's too late. Why would Kieran do this? How could he do this? We stand in the Fade. To direct the Illuvian here would require immense power.
Godchild.
Lost to me now after all I have sacrificed.
We'll find him, Morrigan. He can't be far.
The Fade is infinite. He could literally be anywhere. Whatever happens to him now, 'tis my doing. I set him on this path. Please, help me look, Inquisitor. Just a little longer.
Okay. Hey, Remnant. Welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition after like a month. So we're back in the Fade. Everyone's favorite magical place. Except in Dragon Age Origins, because there's mods to literally skip it, because no one likes it, really. Fun the first time through. After that... Yep, Morrigan's back. Her, remember how we did the ritual in Origins, and she made a god kid? We're chasing after the god kid. He opened the Illuvian and managed to get his way into the Fade somehow. There he is.
Who's with him?
That's...
Oh, look who it is.
Mother!
Mother.
Now, isn't this a surprise?
Flemeth! Or Captain Janeway.
Clearly not the good sort of surprise.
My lovely Morrigan has a flair for the dramatic. Thankfully, my grandson is more sensible.
Kieran is not your grandson. Let him go.
As if I were holding the boy hostage. She's always been ungrateful, you see.
Ungrateful? I know how you plan to extend your life, wicked crone. You will not have me, and you will not have my son.
Oh, be a good lass, and restrain her.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I don't know.
Of course you know. You drank from the well, did you not?
You are Mythal.
Aha. See, we met Flemeth in the first game as Morrigan's mother. And we killed her, but she came back in 2. And then in 2, she seemed to be able to do a lot of cool stuff. Like turn into a dragon. Is it that far-fetched to think that to know that she is an elven god? That would explain why she can control us. Thing is, if Morrigan had drank from the well, she probably just would have had her own body, pull her arms away. But she had us do it.
Well, that was unexpected.
You, of all people, should expect the unexpected by now.
I'm sorry, Mother. I heard her calling to me. She said now was the time.
I do not understand.
Once I was but a woman, crying out in the lonely darkness for justice. And she came to me, a wisp of an ancient being, and she granted me all I wanted and more. I have carried Mythal through the ages ever since, seeking the justice denied to her.
Then you carry Mythal inside you?
She is a part of me, no more separate than your heart from your chest. What do the voices tell you?
They say you speak the truth.
But what was Mythal? A legend given name and called a god? Or something more? Truth is not the end, but a beginning. So young and vibrant, you do the people proud and have come far. As for me, I have had many names, but you may call me Flemeth.
In the last mission, we had to make a choice. Either we drink from the Well of Sorrows to gain its power and knowledge, or Morrigan does. I chose our character. So no matter who your Inquisitor is, if you drank from the well, she can control you now. Ah, my knowledge.
I know the name Flemeth. My people call you Asher Belenar, the woman of many years, and speak of your legend. It says long ago you left your husband for a lover. Your husband then tricked you, killed your lover, and imprisoned you. Then a spirit came to offer you vengeance. Mythal, that's what you spoke of.
One day someone will summarize the terrible events of your life so quickly. But yes, I was that woman. That is how my tale began.
Flemeth appears in other legends, helping heroes for reasons of her own.
I nudge history when it's required. Other times, a shove is needed.
If Mythal is a part of you, why haven't you helped us? We've called to you, prayed to you.
What was could not be changed.
What about now? You know so much.
You know not what you ask, child.
Why did Mythal come to you?
For a reckoning that will shake the very heavens.
And you follow her whims? Do you even know what she truly is?
You seek to preserve the powers that were, but to what end? It is because I taught you, girl. Because things happened that were never meant to happen. She was betrayed as I was betrayed, as the world was betrayed. Mythal clawed and crawled her way through the ages to me, and I will see her avenged! Alas, so long as the music plays, we dance.
So, Flemeth and Mythal were both wronged in some way. We know how Flemeth was wronged. The whole husband thing, husband betrayed, killed thing. But we don't know how Mythal was wronged. And apparently they're feeding off each other's anger. She wants to avenge Mythal's injustice, apparently as much as Mythal does.
I presume you know what we're up against.
Better than you could possibly imagine.
Good.
So will you help us?
Once I have what I came for.
No. I will not allow it.
He carries a piece of what once was.
Yep.
Snatched from the jaws of darkness. You know this.
He is not your pawn, Mother. I will not let you use him.
Have you not used him? Was that not your purpose? The reason you agreed to his creation?
Probably at first.
That is then. Now he is my son. Flemeth extends her life by possessing the bodies of her daughters, Inquisitor. That was the fate she intended for me. I thwarted her, and now she intends to have Kieran instead.
Did you really, though, or did she just choose not to take you over? I feel like if she really wanted to, she would have.
Wait, the way she talked about Kieran...
I am not the only one carrying the soul of a being long thought lost.
He is more than that, Mother.
As am I. Yet do you hear me complain? Our destinies are not so easily avoided, dear girl.
Mother, I have to.
You do not belong to her, Kieran. Neither of us do.
If Kieran is so special, why did you wait until now to come for him?
I did not know where he was. Morrigan cleverly hid him from me. Until now.
'Twas the well.
Be thankful you did not drink. Imagine, bound to your dear mother for eternity.
Yay! We're, our Inquisitor is bound to Mythal forever. Well, could be worse.
You're going to steal the body of a young boy?
If my daughter believes it, then it must be so.
Kieran,
As you wish. Hear my proposal, dear girl. Let me take the lad, and you are free of me forever. I will never interfere with or harm you again. Or keep the lad with you, and you will never be safe from me. I will have my due.
he returns with me.
Decided so quickly.
Do whatever you wish. Take over my body now if you must, but Kieran will be free of your clutches. I am many things, but I will not be the mother you were to me.
No more dreams?
No more dreams.
So I'm guessing she just took the old god
A soul is
out of
not
him.
forced upon the unwilling, Morrigan. You were never in danger from me. As for you, Inquisitor, there is an ancient altar deep within a shaded wood. Go to it. Summon the dragon that is its guardian. Master it in combat, and it is yours to command against Corypheus. Fail and die.
Interesting. Also made it sound like
Wait!
all the daughters that she took over were willingly sacrificed. So it was kind of like a test. I don't think... She had a little bit of surprise on her face. The look of surprise when Morrigan was like... At first I kind of used him for power, but now he's my son. I think he was kind of surprised by that. So yay! Now we're bound to Flemeth forever. I'm sure that'll come up in the next game.
Are you all right, Kieran? You are not hurt?
I feel lonely.
No more Archdemon Soul. But what does that mean? A body that had Mythal in it now also has an old god in
She wanted
it.
the old god soul all along. Is it worth reminding myself that perhaps I do not know everything after all? My mother has the soul of an elven goddess, or whatever Mythal truly was, and her plans are unknown to me.
You truly had no idea what she was?
I knew she kept the truth from me. I even suspected she was not truly human, but this... I always thought the so-called elven gods were little more than glorified rulers, but now... I have doubt.
And maybe not even elven.
And doubt is... an uncomfortable thing, Inquisitor. I suppose I should be thankful you drank from the well. Eternal servitude to Mother would not be my first choice.
Huh.
So Kieran had the soul of an old god.
Taken from the archdemon at the final battle of the Fifth Blight. Yes, he has never known anything else. I'm uncertain what effect this will have on him.
But why did you...
I told you at the temple, the magic of old must be preserved, no matter how feared. Kieran had a destiny, and now it is in Flemeth's hands. I suppose we shall see what she does with it.
Yeah, we know that the archdemons are like old gods. Supposed to be different from elven gods, I think. And they're like turned into the archdemon. But I actually don't know if they are. Maybe we'll get more in the next game. Maybe they are the same. Maybe the old gods are the elven gods. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, hello. Sorry, I gotta, hold on. Lady baby Mimicutie. Ooh, Mimikyu. Hello. You want to be, I don't think you do. I don't think you want to be an archdemon. Because then, if you were the archdemon at the end of Origins, you got sucked into, like, a conceived child, and then were born, and then... I don't know. Feels like a weird existence.
For what it's worth, I think you did the right thing.
Did I? She was testing me. And I cannot tell whether I passed.
I think you did.
Mother said, you must summon a dragon at an ancient altar. Do you know where that is?
I think so. It's a place dedicated to Mythal.
As no doubt is the guardian you must battle. Pray my mother has not led you astray, Inquisitor. She is not above doing so for her own amusement.
Also, when we first heard the whispers from the well information, you could hear Flemeth's voice. That gives a nice, like, little clue. You probably wouldn't have caught it your first time through, but since I knew what was coming, I heard it that time. Can I talk to you? Can't even talk to him. All right.
Mother must be very pleased. The Herald of Andraste, leader of the Inquisition, at her personal beck and call. I feel certain what happened at the Temple of Mythal must somehow have been her influence.
I don't necessarily think you get the choice. Like, it doesn't mean the old god themselves are evil. I think it's just they end up being, like, kind of like the soul of the archdemon. Almost like you're like a, I don't know, maybe like a zombie. Like, it's just kind of like second nature. Maybe you're not even truly alive anymore. I don't know if this is confirmed, a theory or what. Maybe it's possible the old gods are the original Tevinters who went into the Fade and got turned into Darkspawn. I don't know. Like, I know there are terms like old god, elven god. The elven gods could have just been powerful people. Maybe not even elves. They could have been dragons for all I know. Like, there's a lot of stuff in there we don't know yet. I haven't read the books either, so... Yeah. Actually, now wait a minute. Are Claudia Black and Kate Mulgrew in something together besides this? I mean, when I think of them, I think of Star Trek and Stargate. Or Farscape. So two sci-fi, things. Yeah.
You might be right.
'Twas a temple dedicated to her after all. Is it a coincidence we ended up there? There must be a connection we cannot see. I suppose we have little choice but to proceed and be thankful she assisted us at all.
Do you trust what Flemeth told us?
About what she is? I am uncertain. I knew there was more to her than I realized, that she was not truly human. This? I once found her grimoire, and that was where I learned her immortality was gained by stealing the bodies of her daughters.
But it sounds like she didn't steal them.
Claims I misunderstood. It is not forced on the unwilling. Meaning I might agree to such a thing?
Some might.
Impossible, yet there seemed an undeniable sense of truth to the things she told us. All my years spent hunting for arcane mysteries, and the greatest was the one I left behind.
So what do you intend to do now?
Now, I will take Kieran and leave. Where I will go is uncertain. I must consider the fact that Flemeth may yet have plans for me. You are her servant, but I am her daughter. I doubt she will let me slip completely from her clutches. Whatever happens, I wish you well in the coming battle, Inquisitor.
I'd like to know more about you.
If you have questions, then ask.
Nope, that's what I thought.
I'll leave.
All right. Well, bye, Morrigan. It's been fun having you back in the game. I hope you're in the next one. Should I talk to my teammates? I mean, I don't think they'll have anything new, right? I feel like we just did one little thing.
Hello again.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah. All right. We need to go to the Altar of Mythal. You never watched it? I binge-watched Farscape a long time ago. But the problem with binge-watching something like that is I don't remember a lot of it. I have a lot of shows I've binge-watched, but then watched again later, like maybe slower over time. Or at least like hand-picked episodes I remember I liked, or important ones. I've only seen that show through once. So I don't remember a lot of it. Oh, there it is. So we're going to get a dragon on our side. That sounds fun. Favorite companion? In this game? Ooh. I would say it's between... Oh, man. That's tough. I would say it's between Dorian, Cassandra, and Iron Bull. I kind of like him for different reasons. If I had to pick one, probably Cassandra. Which is why I'm bringing her. I'm also bringing Iron Bull. Just because we're fighting a dragon. And I'm also going to bring Dorian. Hey. Also, can I say that one of my favorite surprises in this playthrough has been the conversations between Cassandra and Iron Bull. They've been pretty good. In the last year, I actually rewatched most of Stargate SG-1, but I only picked episodes I knew were important to the story. I skipped a lot of like the one-off episodes, especially the earlier seasons. Like as the seasons went on, I watched more and more of them.
Are you certain it's still in one piece?
I'm sure it's here. Just keep an eye out.
Now, there is no thing to switch party members, so unfortunately I can't do the banter. But that was actually brought up in a comment on YouTube. If I do a thing where I go to an area. Here, let's... Oh, I can't leave, can I? Never mind. I like how I thought about that as I went into an area I can't leave. Maybe after we beat the game. I have a mod installed that's supposed to increase the banter chance, but it only works when you take out party members and put them back in using the horn. I might do a part of a stream one day where we just hear banter. Oh, the area is literally just the boss fight. Okay. I think. Yeah. Maybe we'll go to the hinterlands for old time's sake and just get some dialogue going. Everyone ready for a boss fight? I think Vivian and Solus have better equipment because I built them to be the dragon team.
This is all that's left of the altar.
Should be fine. It's a story dragon. It shouldn't be that tough.
Few who travel far, call to me and I will come. Without mercy, without fear. I'm here, Flemeth, just as you told me. If I must master a dragon to fight Corypheus, then send it.
I wonder if it's just her in dragon form that we fought last time. Probably not. Hello. Let's see how fast we can kill it. Oh, come on, I get down. Oh, there we go, there we go. I was gonna say, get down here. I don't want to waste my move. Okay. My focus ability is so broken with that leaping shot because it basically triples the attack every time I do it. And when I crit, I get the move back, pretty much. I'm going to do that to Corypheus in the end. It's going to be fun. Ooh. I'm mind melding with a dragon. Yay, we have a pet dragon now. Oh, ninja putting points towards pineapple pizza.
I wouldn't have believed it.
Why did it fly off? Will it come back?
When we're ready.
It will come when I summon it. Once. That's enough to fight Corypheus, however. I have my dragon.
Yeah, let's since it's fresh in my mind, let's go to the hinterlands. And we'll trigger some banter for fun. For a little bit. We've now become a summoner. Makes you think of Final Fantasy X. Also, a class I will never play in Final Fantasy XIV. I already have enough problems keeping my own rotations in check. I can't imagine having to, like, have a pet and mess with their moves and my own. I would... Ugh. I think I'll just stick with something that doesn't have that.
Inquisitor, I've something for you.
Nope. Don't talk to me. You're going to ruin it. All right. Dorian, Cassandra, Iron Bull. Let's get some dialogue.
So they're the chargers and you're the bull. That's clever.
Worked that out on your own, did you? You have to keep the name simple so the nobles get it. They pay us to fight, not to entertain at tea.
That I'd like to see.
Oh, a short one. Now let's see if it works again. Might have to leave and come back. It only works once. Maybe a fast travel will do it? Nothing yet. Okay.
I've news, sir.
Yep. Don't care. Dorian, Cassandra, Iron Bull. I'm gonna have to switch areas, aren't I? What if I switch teammates? What if I just do...
No,
well, that's
I
not...
hear. The only thing
Oh,
scaring
there we go.
nobles more than the baddies is being asked to help us. Typical, right? Wet and running the first sign of trouble.
I knew a duke who actually had a servant follow him to war with corks in case his bowels loosened. Called him his retainer.
Yeah. Iron Bull and Sarah's conversations are also pretty good.
I've something for you.
And now...
This place has more magic than usual. Whole place is full of it.
Oh, that's it? No! No, I want more conversations. How about, what if I switch out, you guys?
You are not Talvashoth, Iron Bull. Not really.
Well, that's a fucking relief.
You are a man who made a choice. Possibly the first of your life.
I've always liked fighting. What if I turned savage, like the other Talvashoth?
You have the Inquisition. You have the Inquisitor. And you have me.
Thanks, Solus.
Well, that was kind of nice.
Does the cold not bother any of you, truly?
I want to get Iron Bull and Dorian conversations. I haven't seen the relationship yet.
I wonder what sort of eye patch we should get you. I think gold, inlaid with glowing lyrium and amethysts.
Oh, hadn't thought of it like that, ma'am.
Oh yeah, also Iron Bull is scared of her. Come on, give me some conversation between... Can I just take you two? I can.
The Ferelden Heartland. It's a brave new world, Dorian Parvis.
I know I haven't gotten it all. Maybe I missed a chance to hear more of it. But these two. I like when these two banter.
Mages and Templars. Mages and Templars.
Nah, we're just getting stuff. Oh well, I guess maybe we missed some opportunities here.
Is the Qun some kind of big secret? How come no Kunari I've met will explain it even slightly?
It's not a secret. It's just too big for a quick chat. Tell me about the Qun is like saying tell me about economics. Most Kunari know just enough to get by. It's like blind dwarves trying to figure out a dragon by touch. Only the priests really have the whole picture, and they spend their whole lives figuring that crap out.
Well, I'll leave them to it then.
Look on the bright side, Bull. You don't have to anymore. Sure.
So many people dispossessed. Another generation that learns to live in fear of magic.
There's too many refugees out here. Reminds me of Kirkwall during the Blight.
We're getting a lot of just one-liners. That's unfortunate.
The Reapers are here.
Ooh. Hello, Em. How you doing? Wiggles!
I'm Commander Shepard. Welcome aboard.
Ooh. Thank you for following. MB17PT. Yeah, I'm trying to get a little bit of dialogue out of this game. There's a mod that's supposed to work, but it's not working quite right.
So, ma'am, with respect, all that crap at Halamsharal made sense to you?
Of course. Florian's motives were unfortunate, but hardly inscrutable.
But how does Orlais work with all the nobles screwing each other over like that? I mean, give Corypheus credit. If we hadn't stopped him, he'd have brought down the whole empire.
Then it is fortunate that we did stop him.
Not fully. And yay, chat full of llama wiggles. All right, we're good. Let's just go back to Skyhold. Obviously, the mod doesn't work as it should. But yeah, I saw you were playing a game called Mortal Shell. I have no idea what that is. I didn't see much of it, but on first glance, it looked kind of like Dark Souls. But I'm probably wrong. Let's see. But yeah, if you came over here from M's stream, I'm just playing some Dragon Age Inquisition today. It's been about a month since I played it. I took a bit of a stream break, and then last week I had my 2-year anniversary stream week. Luckily, I've played this game before. I've forgotten a lot of it, but it was easy enough to jump back in. I'm also closer to the end than I thought I was. Also, since I always forget to do this, I have a few poll things going on. If anyone wants to vote in those. Let's see here. Also, ignore the movie night one. I need to talk about that later, but you can ignore the movie night one because it's been deleted. One of my goals for my subathon week was to do a movie night, but let's just say that there were some complications and put that on top of the whole copyright issue. I decided not to do it. As much as I want to do it, I decided not to. But the game night's still a thing, as long, and all the other things are too. Like the stealth game, in the Discord server, which, what is wrong with me? I should have put that down there too. Look how good I am at doing this kind of stuff. There we go. Oh, thanks, Reverend. Beat you to it. But yeah, there's some polls in there right now for like horror games and a stealth game.
The consequences of drinking from that well. Never mind.
Yeah, believe me, Jeebus, I want to do it, but it's a technical, like, legal gray area thing, so it's just kind of like, eh. As much as I want to do it, maybe there'll be another way to do it later. Like, you can tell I wanted to do it because I put it at the first goal. I wanted to do it. It's like just a relaxing thing to do, but It's just this. With his forces routed, now is the time to find Corypheus before he can recover and force him out into the open. Warning, this starts events that lead to the end of the story. You can continue to play the game afterwards, but some content may not be available. Well then, we're at the end of the game. Wow, I took a month off this game and I was almost done. So what's left? DLC. Now again, I have read this DLC is best done after the game is over. I feel like apparently it makes more sense the way the story is to be after Corypheus is done. We have these things I don't care about. This apparently makes sense to do either way. And we don't even have Trespasser DLC because it has to be done after the game's over. So, we're going to beat the game. And then we'll be doing DLC. I didn't realize how close we are to finishing this game. Let's do it. I don't remember if this is the last mission entirely or if there's like parts to it.
Did you find what you need, Inquisitor?
Hopefully.
I certainly hope so.
Then all that remains is to find Corypheus before he comes to us.
We've been looking for his base since all this began, with no success.
His dragon must come and go from somewhere.
Oh, what about the deep roads? We could send word to Orzammar, hire envoys too.
Hey, I think we found him.
Corypheus.
He did that? But why?
Either I close the breach again, or it swallows the world.
But that's Magnus. Wouldn't it kill him as well?
Desperate. We took away a lot of his stuff.
Inquisitor, we have no forces to send with you. We must wait for them to return from the Arbor Wilds.
I must go now, before it's too late.
Okay. Oh, what's our endgame team? If I have to pick between Cassandra and Blackwall, I'm picking Cassandra. And our mages, Solus makes the most sense to bring because he was here since the beginning. But I do love Dorian. Could bring both. But I kind of want to bring Iron Bull too. And Dorian. I mentioned these are my few favorites, so Solus is probably the better pick. This won't be a hard fight. This is a story fight. Like, we're not going to have any problems. I was going to bring Solus because he's been here since the beginning. He's probably better at supporting us, but we'll be fine. This is kind of my new favorite team to run with. Unfortunately for Varric and Sarah and Cole, I don't like running two rogues on the team. And I am a rogue. Just a preference thing. I did respect Sarah to be two daggers. Ooh.
Tell me, where is your maker now? Call him. Call down his wrath upon me. You cannot, for he does not exist. I am Corypheus. I shall deliver you from this lie in which you linger. Bow before your new god and be spared.
Never!
As you wish.
Oh. I don't know if it's the game's intention or the frame rate issue, but they always look stop motion to me.
It ends here, Corypheus.
Which is creepy.
And so it shall.
Aw, Harding. A floating castle. Didn't the old elven cities used to float?
You have been most successful in foiling my plans, but let us not forget what you are. A thief in the wrong place at the wrong time. An interloper, a gnat.
You sound like the Reapers.
Here, once and for all, which of us is worthy of godhood?
Kind of sounds like the Reapers in that. You're a gnat, insignificant speck of dust. Yeah, I beat them too, so.
I came here to stop you, Corypheus. Nothing more.
Oh, you have a dragon? So do I.
A dragon! How clever of you! It will avail you nothing.
Is this just a big boss fight?
As a warning to
Shows you how much I remember the ending.
Divine will. As you wish.
Now you'll notice I look down at my bar all the time. Like I'm looking down here all the time. I'm not great at muscle memory. Like whenever I played 14, I would have to look at my hotbar constantly.
Look at you, wearing slave markings
Ow.
on your face with pride. You are nothing. A race of sniveling cowards that shrank before defeat our power.
That is specific to my race. He's talking about the facial tattoo and about how we fell to Tevinter and all that stuff. He is Tevinter, even though now we know that's not true. It's not what happened.
An avatar of divinity.
Huh. What would he say if I was human or dwarf or Canary, I wonder? Yeah, he's kind of a jerk. I mean, he has that superiority, like, complex. He literally birthed the Darkspawn, so I guess that's probably why. He's also an old Tevinter Magister. But Tevinter Magisters of today are probably super weak compared to what he is, so. I guess he has a reason to be. Mines! I know which way he went because my hook tried to grapple onto him as he teleported. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, he did. He called us a Shemlin, even though we're an elf.
I shall sear you.
I mean,
from
Solus
the very
kind of did the
heavens.
same thing.
A pike shall hold your head before the gates of the Grand Cathedral, Seeker.
We shall see about that.
Oh, he's trash-talking individual people in the party. Ooh. Also, you're not immune to poison. Not so good as he thought, huh?
Feel my wrath, little wretch.
Yeah, they're being a little judgmental, aren't they?
Enough! I will destroy you where you stand.
Now, if only it would shift perspective where I was the dragon fighting the other dragon. That'd be fun. Ooh. Got quiet. So yeah, remember the dragon has to be killed before we can take out Corypheus permanently. I'm guessing this is where we fight the dragon. Hey, our dragon softened it up. Oh, when you mentioned that, it reminds me of the Darkspawn DLC in Origins, where you have you could play as Darkspawn, and each one has different abilities. It's kind of fun. It was like a what if telling. Nope, that didn't work out for me, but whatever. Yeah, that was a fun DLC. It's short, but it's fun. It's like, what if your character didn't exist? What if the Warden wasn't a thing, and Alistair was in charge? You lose. Mines. All the music. I killed the dragon so hard it disappeared. Oh, I couldn't do a cool thing with the bow and arrow? Aw, the game gave me 2 daggers, even though I never used 2 daggers on this character. Couldn't do a cool Legolas thing?
Let it end here! Let the skies boil! Let the world be rent asunder!
You don't have to yell, I'm right here. Once again, a game where the sound settings don't quite work sometimes. Oh, I think it's time to finish this.
The breach is getting bigger!
He's really doing it. We have to stop him.
Let's not hook the stairs. All right, there you go. Well, he has red lyrium in there. It's kind of hard to hear. What? Wow, that was a interesting ability. Well, you know what? Oh, I don't have it up. No, my focus ability isn't back yet. I was going to annihilate him in like a couple of more hits. That's okay. Get him, Iron Bull. Yay. Mine. Multiple mines.
Ah! I will not allow it! The orb sustains me.
Thank you for telling me what the orb is doing. What if you were fighting a villain like this and he yelled out the orb sustains him? Wouldn't you just shoot the orb? Thank you. Oh, that hurt a bit. That might be it.
Not like this. I have walked the halls of the Golden City, crossed the ages. Dumat, ancient ones, I beseech you. If you exist, if you ever truly existed, aid me now.
Huh. Now the Inquisitor has to have a cool one-liner, right? Do I get to pick it? I wonder.
Pushed it into the fade.
Oh wow, we just put him in the fade. Have fun. I wish there was more of it. The music in this game is really good, but it doesn't play very often. A lot of the time I find the game is just like dead silent. Like right now it's for effect. We don't know if our teammates are like what's happening, our teammates are dead or not. But oh, hey Otter. We're at the end of the game. Aww. Aw, Solus is sad. His little orb broke.
Solus?
The orb.
I know you wanted the orb saved. I'm so sorry.
It is not your fault.
There's more, isn't there?
It was not supposed to happen this way. No matter what comes, I want you to know you shall always have my respect.
Inquisitor, are you alive?
Hey, it's the whole team.
Then it's over. How lovely.
And the sky is healed, healthy, whole. There's just that left to remember.
Looks that way.
What do we do now?
Yep. We haven't yet. That's what the Trespasser DLC is for.
We go back to Skyhold.
For now, he just slips away. DLC is going to be interesting. Again, I've only done each one once. I remember the Descent really well for some reason, but the other two, I don't. Let's get a bit of epilogue, shall we? Might get to do a little bit of reading here. This is only my third time ever beating it. And the first one was when the game came out. The second one was like a year later. Been a while. Yeah! Yay! The rogues didn't do much because they weren't in my party very often, but they were here. Oh, I missed my big sword. Last time we did this, I had a big sword that I could, like, you know.
A moment, my lady. My agents have found no trace of Solus. He has simply vanished. If he does not wish to be found, there's likely nothing we can do. But I will keep looking.
I can see that. My character uses light armor, so it doesn't look as different. But I can definitely see being like a big, bulky character with heavy armor, and then you're just walking around in clothes. Oh, but Solus is gone. He was our... It's not important. Hey, what happened to that teammate that was on your team since the beginning? Who cares?
Why would he just leave? Something must be wrong.
You said he was upset about the orb.
That can't be the only reason.
DLC.
Now that Corypheus has been defeated, we have a moment to stop and celebrate. Afterwards, you will be busy. Every noble in southern Thedas is clamoring to meet you.
Yes. I'll be using this playthrough for it. If it's one of those games where you can bring over your decisions, which you should be able to, I'll be using these playthroughs for it.
The fighting's over. Why do they want to meet me now?
You're joking, yes? They wish to bask in the glory of your victory, hoping that some of it will rub off on them. Everyone knows Empress Celine owes you her life and her throne. 1,000 problems remain, and your opinion will be sought on each one, whether you wish to give it or not.
If I could get it for PC and Xbox, I would do both, because I have my original playthrough on there. On a console, well, on PC as well, you have to actually make a save file for Inquisition. It doesn't carry over in 1 and 2, like Mass Effect does. But I would love to continue my original Xbox one, where I'm an elven mage. But I'm not going to buy it on both just to do that. 20. Aww. Well, let's not rush it. When you rush games, you get stuff like KOTOR 2 and Andromeda. So
I don't see what all the fuss is about. Corypheus needed to be stopped.
And you are the one who stopped him. Previously, you were an upstart, a Dalish elf leading a band of rebels and heretics.
And now,
until Corypheus revealed himself, they could not see the single hand behind the chaos. Once he did, they knew. A Magister and a Darkspawn in one creature. The ultimate evil. Now you are the only power left standing. Enjoy the evening while you can, Inquisitor.
Ah, this is the part of the game where we get to talk to all our teammates at the end. Andromeda does this too. I think a lot of games do this. I mean, I believe Awakening also did that as well. Hey, Blackwall.
Help stop an ancient Magister Darkspawn. Not every Warden recruit gets to say that. Thanks to you, I do.
We couldn't have done it without you.
You've done enough for me. Forget the flattery. So now that you've saved the world, what's next? Hoping to put it all back together?
Someone has to fix things. Might as well be me.
If anyone can do it, you can. If you ever need my help, you know where to find me. I'll be ready.
Cullen. I romance Cullen. What is the game you've waited for the most? Technically, probably, I would say for me, Final Fantasy XII. I actually had Final Fantasy XII reserved for like 4 or 5 years at GameStop before it came out. Ah, Dorian was my second choice. I was going to be a male or female elf, depending on who I romanced, Cullen or Dorian. I chose Cullen. Maybe next time I'll romance Dorian. Maybe with my two-handed jerk Canary. I'll romance Dorian somehow. Hey, Colin.
Am I imagining it? Or do we have a moment to breathe?
I mean, we could say, like, Mass Effect Remastered we knew was going to be a thing for the longest time, but that took a while. Either games that were delayed or games you kind of knew were going to be a thing but just took forever. I know it's kind of a hard one. It's kind of hard to think about. I still think Final Fantasy XII is mine, because I had it pre-ordered so long before it came out. It was delayed so many times.
We have a moment.
That's a good one.
I think you're right. You brought us here. You are proof that the Inquisition made a difference. That we will continue to do so.
I was waiting for a remaster, not a remake. I wanted it back when I cared about achievements. I wanted KOTOR 1 and 2 to be re-released, even the way they were, on 360 or the 1, and have achievements added to it. But I'll take a remake. Andromeda was a big wait. Also, yeah, it was kind of... I liked it the first time through, but compared to the trilogy, yeah. I don't know. It's kind of a gray area.
Our soldiers put their trust in you, Cullen. I
I'm
appreciate
Commander Shepard.
There's never a
I
guarantee.
should be thanking you. You gave me a chance to prove myself. In your place, I'm not sure I would have done the same. I should let you mingle. I'm sure everyone desires your attention.
Yeah.
As much as I might want it for myself.
And thank you for the follow, Lady Baby Mimicutie. There. Yeah, when did this game come out? Like 2000. Every time I think about games like this, it makes me feel old. Dragon Age Inquisition came out like 7 years ago, right? That is sad. I'm sad to think about that now. Let me in. Let me. Like the third Dragon Age game came out 7 years ago. Mass Effect Andromeda came out like 4 years ago. I mean, oh.
Finally got a party, yeah? A bit of fun for saving the world. It's the least Andraste's herald deserves for making things normal again. Except for, you know, everything ever again. I mean, is this for us or for her? Or, you know, him? Because I was there and I still don't know what's real.
Mimi, okay. 12 years ago. Yay! Thank you for lurking in. Go get some food or something. Gonna get some good food.
Couldn't it be his will and our effort? Perhaps miracles need a little help.
Well, what's the friggin' point of them then? Ugh, you sound like a sister. I guess you'd know by this point. Seems like you did it right, mostly. Still some things to do yet, right? Because I'm in no hurry to go back to Val Rio. That's where I was. You mind if people still stay around? For whatever?
There's plenty more to do.
I could use the company, because this doesn't seem like it'll end.
We have DLC to do.
Oh, poor leader of everything. All right, enough of that. Is this a party or what? Raise them for winning. Big freaking heroes, Inquisitor. All of us.
Mass Effect was 14 years ago. Oh, I remember playing it for the first time. Stop.
So many people died. More still are hurting. They need help. It seems wrong to celebrate. But I want to. The part of me that's me needs to, after all this. The servants are drinking. Some of them are drinking while lying down.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like when you think about watching something or playing something in the 90s, and then you think, you do realize how far long back that was, right? Like, oh, that movie came out in 1990. I remember watching it in theaters. That was 30 years ago. Well then. Join them. Yeah, join them.
Do you have any interest in joining them?
I don't know. Not now. It makes things more complicated, and I'm not ready. Someday. Maybe. What happens next? Where do we go?
The Inquisition is just getting started.
Yes. Because of you. Thank you for letting me stay.
Now, is Dragon Age 4 going to be like the culmination of all of this? Like all the storylines are going to come together. We're going to see the Warden potentially, Hawk, the Inquisition, or is it going to be its own separate story again, where we only have like a little bit of crossover? Guess we'll find out.
Ugh, I should never have hired new caterers so late.
Leave it be, Josie. Everything's fine.
It is not! I'm so sorry, nothing's quite as it should be. Do you like the drinks? I'm not sure about them.
Everything's fine.
The drinks are fine. It's been a wonderful evening.
I hope you're not just saying that. You're not, are you? Oh, what a disaster. The Somali was late, the invitations to our guests barely went out at all, and it was so wonderful to prepare for a small banquet instead of the end of the world. Do you know what everyone is talking about tonight, from commoners to kings? Us. Thedas is discussing the successor of the Inquisition.
You played no small part in our rise to power.
You had a role yourself, if I recall correctly. Truly, we will never forget those we lost. But for tonight, to victory.
Oh, I missed him? That's because he's short. I can relate. I'd be easy to miss too. There he is.
I've been starting to think about putting all this into a book. Right now I'm thinking, this shit is weird, the Inquisitor Llewellyn story. It's a working title.
I hope. Same main character? You know how... Hey, Mist. This is interesting. Again, this is like a thing that I've read multiple times from different sources. It might not be correct, but who knows? Internet, right? You know how Cassandra was talking to Varric all throughout 2 to see if she could find Hawke so Hawke could lead the Inquisition? Hawke was supposed to lead the Inquisition in the lore of the story. That was the first pick. But then, of course, you get thrust into the role. Apparently, the idea for the game itself was also going to be Hawke being the Inquisitor. It's kind of a cool thing they did where they decided not to have Hawke be the Inquisitor and make a new character instead, but that also fit into the lore of Cassandra trying to find Hawke to run the Inquisition. It's like a meta way of doing it.
I'm glad you've gone back to writing.
Well, nothing's certain until it's in print. I still haven't decided if I should do this book. As if anyone will believe this story if I tell it. Not to mention, I'll have my hands full with reconstruction and relief efforts in the free marches as soon as I get back.
Oh, you should stay here, Varric.
The Inquisition could still use you here.
That's generous of you, but it's past time that I went back and took care of things in Kirkwall. I'm not leaving for a while yet, though. We'll have to get in at least one game of Wicked Grace before I go. Curly needs to win back some of his dignity.
I would love to be able to play that. I love a good card game in a game. Triple Triad, Pazak. Oh, what's Pazak going to be in the remake? I could probably the same thing. Please let the game not cheat as much. Yeah, there's a lot of theory. Like, I don't even know what's theory and what's not anymore. Like, I don't know what's been confirmed. That's why whenever I say something, I'm always like, this is probably a theory. So, I'll go with that.
I was passing through the hall this morning and a serving girl saw me and squealed. Actually squealed, dropped her laundry and everything. Such a mess. She was completely breathless. You were at the battle with the evil one, weren't you? I didn't even get a chance to answer. She hugged me. Hugged me. This is your influence.
That's what happens when you're a hero.
Is that so? Must be why it's so unfamiliar. Mind you, I can't say I hate the notion of being the good Tevinter. I suppose you can't all be evil bastards. The blacksmith said that, and he spat when we first met. I hope my father hears. He will shit his small clothes from shock, I swear.
Will you be returning to Tevinter now?
No, actually. I was thinking of sticking around for a while.
You will?
Tevinter lacks the presence of my best and only friend. It'll keep.
Yeah, Trespasser was basically kind of like a way to add a bunch of stuff in the late game. All right, who are we missing? Liliana, Cassandra. I think that's it. Oh, Vivian. I forgot about Vivian. We'll just forget she's here. Look, I like Vivian as a character, but I mentioned before, when writers make a character, I'd rather the character be not liked for certain reasons than be forgettable. And Vivian is definitely not forgettable.
Enjoying the refreshments? Josephine sent all the way to the capital for the petit four.
Like, my first character was a very pro-mage, so we really did not get along. Honestly, Remnant, I heard, again, rumor that the remake could be a more, like, Fallen Order kind of game. Again, rumor. Speculation. But it could be a more action game. Honestly, I would not mind that. I would love the D&D stat stuff. I love the stats in KOTOR. One of my favorite things about the game is the stat and the system. But if they were to make it into like an action game, it'd be a way to play one of my favorite games of all time in a different way. I'm not going to say no to that. Even if I would prefer the same setup.
I must remember to thank her for the trouble.
She's been craving the cakes from Madame Lucien's shop for months. This celebration gave her the perfect excuse. To you, Inquisitor, for all you've done.
I can't believe it's over. It seemed an impossible task. Defy the Chantry, build the Inquisition from nothing, defeat a creature that would be a god. And yet here we are, celebrating.
So we should be. Defeating Corypheus was no simple task.
He was so confident of his power, he could not conceive of losing.
If he could, he would never have challenged me.
And he would have gone into hiding. Yes, it worked out far better this way. I have news from the sequester. I believe the Chantry intends to name me Divine very soon. It would not have been possible without your support and friendship. It means a great deal to me.
I hope we'll remain friends once you're Divine.
That would please me greatly. I think back to how we first met, and here you stand. You are the Inquisitor, a symbol of hope and change to so many. And you are my friend. How did that happen, I wonder? I'm pleased it did. You are a great woman, and I will always stand at your side.
Yay. And Vivian.
So much to do, my dear. Elections for Grand Enchanter must be held, and many of the circles lack even interim First Enchanters. It will take time, and it may not be possible to restore the history that was lost, but we will reinstate the circles.
Boo.
But that will wait. Are you enjoying the celebration? Josephine was in a frenzy arranging it.
Again, I am all for the circles coming back, just in Cassandra's way, not Vivian's. Vivian wants it back to the way it was. Because that went well the last time.
I'm too preoccupied contemplating what comes next.
It's always wise to plan ahead, my dear, but you mustn't worry yourself into an early grave. Go mingle. The night is still young.
I think that's it. We might get an epilogue after this. The epilogue actually might be after Trespasser. That would make more sense, right? But we might get something after this. Did I not talk to Iron Bull?
That was the Tevinterest Vint in the history of all Vints. The original mold from which subsequent Vints were cast. And I got to help kick the shit out of him. Good times, boss. Good times.
I somehow missed him.
How was that good in any way, Bull?
We all walked away. Chantry folk are picking up what's left of Corypheus with a dustpan and a pastry scraper. It's weird. I joined the Inquisition under orders from the Ben Hasrath and stayed because Corypheus was an asshole. Now that it's done, I've got no orders. For the first time in my life, I can go wherever I want.
Ooh.
Got anywhere in mind?
If it's all the same with you, I'm pretty good right here. Anyway, the only place I'm going tonight is back for more drinks. To us, being alive, and the bad guys not. Anan.
So it sounds like if the Inquisition sticks around for later, Bull could be like a permanent member. I would like that. Zevran for an assassination for one... yeah. I want to see all the characters come back at least once.
You managed to slip away. I thought I might claim more of your attention after all.
I'm glad you're here.
Good.
Interesting facial expression I had on my character there.
The battle's over. There will be a new Divine. Yet I don't care about anything other than you being alive.
Cullen.
I don't know what happens after this.
Well, DLC, but after that, don't know. And end. Oh, we do get it.
Said that Corypheus woke after his long slumber and found the world gone awry. He fought to bring back those days of magic and shadow, to raise himself as a god and set things right. Now, we are left with a scar in the sky to remind us of what almost was. It tells us that a great victory against chaos was won, but left the world forever changed. Consider the mighty empire of Orlais, where Empress Celine remains on her golden throne. The civil war is ended, but a new war rages in the shadows. Gaspar, it seems, has learned his lesson well. Even the elves have no rest, with Briala's uprising rocking the empire to its core.
So there's an elven uprising in Orlais.
Celine, her gratitude towards the Inquisition has remained strong. Some claim she clings too tightly to the Alliance. Others know it is all that stands between her and defeat.
Yep.
The Grey Wardens of the South slowly rebuild in the months following the events at Adamant. They declare it time for the Order to emerge from the shadows, to join the rest of humanity in fighting their ancient foes. Rumors abound that they severed ties with their leaders at Weishaupt, and that a bitter war now rages between them.
A Grey Warden civil war.
What becomes of Alistair is unknown, save that all news out of Weishaupt soon ends. Does the sudden silence indicate a battle within, or something far worse? 1 month after the defeat of Corypheus, the Chantry names Cassandra as successor to the Sunburst throne. Given the name Divine Victoria, she immediately enacts reform, a new Templar order, and a new circle of Magi. The Seekers of Truth are rededicated to their purpose of protecting the innocent. A proclamation of support for the Inquisition is issued, recognizing its service to all of Thedas. Despite her popularity, the new Divine's reforms are seen by some as going too far. The Inquisition's mages, the former rebels led by Grand Enchanter Fiona, are left with a choice. In the end, they refuse Cassandra's invitation to rejoin the Circle of Magi and instead reform the College of Enchanters as a new order. The college, they say, will allow mages of the South to gather in peace and seek new solutions to age-old problems. From the beginning, the college and the circle have clashed, and some fear it will lead to a new war of the mages upon themselves.
A lot of conflicts in these decisions I've made. Literally every single one of those has a downside, like civil war between the Wardens, civil war between the mages, civil war between Orlais.
The Inquisition itself. It has eyes and ears in every hall. No secrets are beyond its reach, and that knowledge has become the source of its power. I leave Skyhold now, knowing that power will continue to grow. The Inquisitor is a symbol to many, a leader of the changing world order. To others, she has become a target. They linger in the shadows, waiting for their day to come. When it does, the Inquisition shall stand ready.
Well, I did not realize I was this close to beating the game. after credits cutscene.
I knew you would come. You should not have given your orb to Corypheus, Red Wolf.
I was too weak to unlock it after my slumber. The failure was mine. I should pay the price. But the people... they need me. I am so sorry.
I am sorry as well, old friend.
Huh.